Odyssey Sports Station.
Driven by our D&M Leasing Studios. Thanks for turning it on, leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan.
Whee! Welcome in, DFW. Glad to have each and every one of you on board on this overcast Sunday.
Ain't gonna rain, though.
It is not supposed to rain today. Now, that said, three-time Hall of Famer Chris Arnold, the barometric genius that he is, it is supposed to be a
windy,
wet week.
Yeah, later on. Now, it may rain a little bit today, just for today only.
A little scattered showers, as they call it.
Yeah, east of the DFW area, East Texas a little bit. Yeah. But here, it's just going to be windy. Winds about 35 miles an hour.
Okay.
And it's going to get hot again this afternoon. It's going to be hot and humid because of the clouds. About 88, 89 degrees, kind of like yesterday. So get ready for that.
If that, Dan Brunoff, watch your back. Watch your back, Dan Brunoff. Yeah, because it's supposed to be rainy all week long. Now, to your point, all week long, or all week this week, it said that tomorrow it was supposed to rain, and I had to cancel a roofing job because of it, and now all of a sudden it's saying it's going to be windy. So anyway, whatever. All my roofers out there, Mother Nature's playing with us. Mm-hmm. He's playing with our emotions, and
welcome to May.
As Big Perm once said, playing with my money is like playing with my emotions. It's a Sunday morning, and my emotions have been played with all week long.
Yeah, you've been all over Kansas and Oklahoma and Texas.
I have been a road warrior this week. Shout out to my daughter, who I went to, and just number one, let's just get this out of the way. First off, Fred Davis, three-time Hall of Famer Chris Arnold in the house. Mm-hmm. We've got Trap House Trevor behind the glass.
Good morning.
1s, 2s, and 3s. Mm-hmm. Looking good. Looks like you kind of trimmed up the goat a little bit these past few days. I don't know. I haven't seen you in a while. So, I mean, I say a while. I don't know. It seems like it's been a while, but
feels like we hadn't been on the air since
since last Sunday. And we didn't even see you last Sunday, so maybe that's why it feels that much longer. Pause. Anywho, it's a Sunday morning. It has been a hell of a week, and I mean that in the most grateful way possible.
Can I set you up?
You can absolutely.
I'm going to set you up.
Let's do
For all the totals, listen, 877-881-1053. That's the Franklin Injury Attorneys text line. Let us know what you got going on today, and if you can feel Fred's pain, because this weekend, for a whole lot of people, was commencement weekend.
Yeah.
A whole lot of people were graduating, or their kids were graduating, or their friends were graduating, or their nephews or nieces were graduating. Families have somebody graduating, and you had to be there.
It's that time of year, Chris. I mean, look, you're no stranger to graduations. You've been to several. Mm-hmm. You've got now your youngest son, right? He's got
Alex.
What, two years left?
Yeah.
Okay,
TCU.
So you've got a couple years left.
And I graduated from OU, and I also graduated from high school in Memphis.
That's it. So you're no stranger to this. And again, all the folks out there listening, as you alluded to, are no strangers either. So I got the 2-for-1 special this week. And
2 kids on one weekend?
2 kids in 1 week.
How about in the same city? No?
No. I if only I could be so lucky. So my daughter... shout out to my daughter Miriam, 23 years old, the apple of my eye. That was my first child and changed my life forever, as a lot of first kids will do. But it's wild, man, when you think about your oldest kid and you remember the days when you're welcoming them into the world. Right. You're brand new as a parent. You don't know what you don't know, and everything is moving so fast. And then, boom, the next thing you know, 23 years later, here she is walking across the stage at the University of Houston. And it was a surreal moment. It really, really was. So I drove down to Houston on Wednesday.
Are you saying she's a cougar and she's not old?
She's a cougar. I know. It sounds weird when you say that. But
she's a young cougar. She'll be a cougar all of her life. If you know, you know.
So my daughter graduated from UMH on Wednesday.
Yep.
And tell you what, real quick though. So I go, and I hadn't been in Houston in a minute. Okay. I mean, y'all, and again, if you know, all right, I spent 12 years in Houston before coming to Dallas. Right. All right. So let's just get that out of the way. But I hadn't been to Houston in almost 2 years.
Okay.
All right. It had been a minute since I'd been to Houston, right? Mm-hmm. So I saw my boy Henry Thomas, 14-year NFL veteran, should be in the Hall of Fame. Him and Broadus went to LSU together. Caught up with him for a little bit because I got there ahead of time. And it's just funny. So you go to and for anybody that's been to the U of H campus, and you go to the Fertitta Center, which Tillman Fertitta, the owner of the Rockets and billionaire extraordinaire, you know, they just put this new, and this is kind of the way, and I think Baylor did the same thing with their new arena.
Yeah.
8,000.
Yeah,
seats.
just enough. Make it packed.
That's it.
Keep it packed.
Like it's crazy to think now, and with the way these new arenas are coming on board.
Like UTA.
It's
College Park.
You
Same
just
thing.
do these smaller arenas, right? And
cozy.
You took the word quaint, cozy, intimate, right? And of course, you know, you got all that, and
College,
you know,
man.
you got to make sure you got the luxury seats too.
That's right.
I mean,
the suites.
hey, you got
SMU, same thing.
got to pay for the big donors. So, so we got that out of the way on Wednesday.
TCU too.
And man, I said this on Thursday with Blake. So I take my daughter's boyfriend, and of course her mother and her family's there. Do the damn thing. Take my daughter and her boyfriend to dinner afterwards.
Y'all go to Bun B's Hamburgers?
And here's what's funny. Well, it's funny you say that. We did drive by a Trill Burgers, but it was already closed. So I take my daughter and her boyfriend out to dinner afterwards because my daughter was coming back with me to Dallas to go to see my son who graduated yesterday. But just put this in your back of your mind. I haven't bought booze in over 10 years, right? I just hit 10 years of no drinking last Friday. So I take them out, and they're like, "Oh, we want margs." You know, we go to a little Mexican place. We want margs. All right, hey, it's your
margaritas round. Everybody,
it's y'all's celebration. Okay, boom. Let's go. So the two of them both get margs. $80 for 4 margs.
Woo!
Okay, $80 for 4 margs.
Woo!
Okay, I said y'all better enjoy it. You better enjoy it.
That's
okay,
a
I had a
dinner.
dad moment.
That's a
We
dinner.
spent more money on the margs than we did the food.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. All right, so then me and her drive up to Kansas Friday. Go see the fam. Now, it can't be a family situation without drama.
Oh, always.
Okay,
Especially
Mom.
if it's with these extended families nowadays.
Well, here's the crazy part. It's not even the extended family. This is my mom and my sister. Okay, so moms and sisters aren't talking.
Oh no.
Okay, mom and sister aren't talking. I've got to navigate the graduation, and then by the way, we're gonna go have dinner at my mom's house. Sister's not going. But to kind of make things up, I'm gonna go ahead and stay the night at my sister's place.
So everybody's happy.
So everybody's happy. Well, mom's isn't, because mom wants me to stay at her place.
Well, you went there for the food.
You know how moms look.
Yeah.
You know, mom.
You're not gonna stay.
You already know. I cooked you.
You're not going to stay with her, are you?
That's it. Got the guest room ready for you, the whole nine, whatever. And you know, mom's threw down on the food. I hadn't eaten mom's food in a couple years, so it was just a lot. And then, of course, don't get me started on my son's mother's family. They're beefing. Okay, so it was a weird. But
Okay,
look,
so where was the son graduating?
high school
in Kansas.
High school in Kansas,
What
right?
town?
Just outside of Topeka, which is my hometown, a little town called Overbrook.
put in some miles,
dude.
man.
Look, man, I was all over the place. But long story short, we got it done. We got it done, and we went to dinner on Saturday. He was supposed to go hang out with his girlfriend, decided not to, which, look, we're going to hear any complaints out of me. So I took everybody out to dinner on Saturday. Fun fact, the dinner on Saturday with 10 of us, $1 less than the dinner on Wednesday with my daughter and her boyfriend.
What are the odds of that? $1?
$1 less.
Do you tip well?
Shout out to his mother.
Okay.
I picked up the tab. His mom picked up the tip.
About the same, isn't it? I'm just saying.
So, but I did say this before the dinner. I looked at everybody. I said, I'll tell y'all what. I got your food, and I got your non-alcoholic drink. And y'all want anything alcoholic? That's on you. Okay?
Cool. Very cool.
That's on you. I'll pay for your meal. I'll pay for your soda pop, but I am not paying for any margs today. So y'all want that? That's on you. Funny enough, nobody ordered a single thing.
Hey, I want to say this right now. You went through hell, but it was worth it because guess what? You were there for the graduations, the moment that means a lot for every family. And I want to say this right now. Graduations and commencements are a sport. Now, I'm going to give you an example real quick.
They are.
I'm going to give 2 quick examples. AZ Fudd, she graduated from UConn. They made a big thing for that for the wings. I mean, they gave her, they showed.
Pomp and circumstance, all that.
All the
Absolutely.
good stuff, right? And then yesterday, or maybe it was Saturday. Friday, Shaq graduated
from LSU.
From LSU with a master's degree. He went back for his master's degree. For all the Q Dogs out there, yeah, he did the Q Dog symbol and he almost stepped in the whole 9 yards. So with his big self. So it is a sport.
No,
and let me also throw in this. I scared my mother to death. I'm gonna be real quick with this. When I graduated from high school in Memphis, Tennessee, I was a student body president, council president. And I gave the commencement address and all that, and it was really nice. And I'm like, okay, mic drop. Can't beat that, right?
Yeah.
Go to OU. I graduated from OU, but see, I was already working in radio. When I was in high school, I was already on the radio. When I was on the radio in Oklahoma City, and not just the campus station at Norman. I was in Oklahoma City on the radio, working my way. Instead of working at Domino's, I was working on the radio.
100%.
Well, my last semester, my advisor said, you need 34 credits. How are you going to, you're going to have to be here 5 years. No, I'm not. I kid you not, Fred, I was doing correspondence courses. I already tested out a radio TV class. I took journalism, got a degree in journalism. So I'm doing correspondence, night classes, internship, TV station, Oklahoma City. I'm doing all those things. Came out with my highest grade point average. But I had a chance to start working in Memphis the week before my graduation.
So you took it?
Of course. In this business, you take it.
You got to.
And at a college, there's thousands of people graduating.
Yeah, there are.
It's not high school where, everybody's family's there. And I'm, like I said, I'm doing the commencement address in high school. So I'm like, I'll just give them that degree. They're going to mail it to me, right? So it didn't work in Memphis because, when I say it didn't work, you got it, twists and turns.
Yeah.
I thought I was hired. They said, wait a minute. There's a guy from Boston. The national PD wants us to hire instead of you, but we're going to hold on to you because you're from here. And I'm like, but what if the national guy got the leverage, right? So that's how I wound up in Dallas. I didn't know I was going to be in Dallas.
So wait a minute, you weren't planning to work in Dallas coming out of college?
I didn't know anybody in Dallas. I just been to Texas OU games. That was it.
Wow.
And so I came down here and I was hired immediately. Well, I'm down here and my mother in the summertime, she's like, have they sent you a degree? I said, no, but it's coming. Chris, are you sure you graduated? I said, what do you mean? Well, you didn't want us to attend your graduation. I said, well, because I wasn't going to be there.
Yeah.
She said, but are you sure? Because maybe you're off by a couple of
credit
credits.
Hours? Yeah.
I'm like, she started scaring me. I'm like, my heart started beating. I'm like, did I? I started to do my math. I was like, don't tell me I missed it by 2 credits because I only got 5 credits for this internship and correspondence course and night class. And I was like, no. I was terrified. I called up to OU. I was like, are y'all sending me my diploma? Oh, yeah, she'll be there anytime. I was sweating it out until the diploma got to me. And then I told Mom, it's official. She scared me to death.
Look, you're not wrong about that. Here's the thing. I've never gotten my diploma from KU.
Really?
Never gotten it.
You better call them up.
I reached out to him one time. Here's the thing. I was in the same boat as you. I was thinking, because, look, you could have $10 in fees and they ain't sending you your diploma, right?
Right.
They'll
Traffic
nickel and dime
tickets,
you to
parking
death.
tickets.
Oh, we mailed it. Where'd you mail it to? And they said they mailed it to my... Now, the only thing I can think of is that my mom got it and didn't tell me. Which I could see my mother doing that, keeping my diploma and not Freddie, I don't know where, just because that's, moms do that kind of thing. So anyway, I do need to order another diploma. I went to go order one the other day and it was like $100. I was like, you know what?
You got to do that.
I will. I
realize it's big for the families. And let me say this. One other note about graduations, especially for high schools.
Yeah.
Different places... Our different schools have different places where they'll have the ceremony. It may not be on campus. It may be at some big auditorium in
especially
town.
The bigger schools.
Yeah. I will say this. During the pandemic,
those poor kids got screwed.
In Mansfield, listen to this. Something cool happened. I say commencements are a sport. Mansfield had their graduations, some of them, the school district, they had them at Globe Life Field.
Yeah.
On the field. And the ceremony, you walked across home plate. Nice. And I kid you not, you know how kids will do something different. They'll toss the hats in the air or whatever, regular place, auditorium or scream hall or turn. There were guys sliding in the home.
Why not?
And I don't blame them.
You'll never get that chance again. You'll never get that chance again.
And I'm like, that's memories. That's creating memories. That's doing something different and making it stand out. I wasn't even mad at it. I thought it was greatness.
No.
And it was nice and cozy and air conditioned because usually sometimes it's just too hot in there. All I can say is commencements are a sport as well, especially this time of year. And you always hear about different people, great athletes or great coaches doing a commencement address somewhere.
Yeah,
I mean, I love that kind
I'm
of
glad
stuff.
you brought that up. I will say the U of H president, Rena Couture, got to give her credit.
Okay.
Old girl came with it.
She came with it?
Old girl
All right,
came
that'll
with
work.
it. Now the my son's, high school.
What did he do anything special when he crossed the? Did he shake her hand?
Zave went up, did his thing. He was just glad to be done.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's an accomplishment, man.
and
I can't even tell you. There's a lot of people. Some people take it for granted, but it means a lot to the kids, especially to the families. That it doesn't mean anything to the kids.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him down to Dallas. That's a whole nother. You and I will talk about that later. But
You're gonna make an intern?
it's girlfriends in high school, man. Girlfriends in high school. That's a sport. And I don't mean in a good way. And I don't mean in a good way. She's a good girl. But anyway, that's another story for another time. For all my dads and moms out there, if you know, you know. All right. So anyway, congratulations. Da, 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 da. Well, you know what? We'll bump back with that music in the next segment. But tell you all that to tell you this. Your boy's home. And I got to say, for all my, especially if you've got kids out of state, if you've got kids and look, if you've got kids by different women, okay, and look, Fred's one of them, all right? I got 2 kids by 2 women. Got to see, 2 baby mamas in 3 days. Woo, man.
That was surgery there. You did some surgery.
Tell you something. But hey, it went off without a hitch, and shout out to all the baby mamas. And just one last thing, too. Yeah, obviously, if you and your wife or girlfriend or whoever, and you're doing the celebration this week, shout out to you. But I got to give a special shout out to all the mothers and fathers out there who aren't together, who have co-parented, even though I hate that word. But if you've parented together, if you've made it work through all the strife, through all the blended families, to all the stepdads, the stepmoms, everything out there, to come together this week. I saw my daughter's stepdad on Wednesday. He and I may not see eye to eye on everything, but you know what? He's not a bad dude at the end of the day. Can I watch football with him? Absolutely not. But is he a halfway decent dude for taking care of my daughter? 1,000%. So to all of y'all out there that were able to come together this week and do it for the sake of the child, God bless each and every one of you, and congratulations to you as well.
Congrats, y'all.
Okay, all that being said, that chapter of Fred's life is complete.
Yes.
All them trips to Kansas are done. Okay, I told everybody when I left yesterday, y'all know where to find me. Okay, your boy's in the DF dub. You got my phone number. I got an extra room. If you want to come holler at your dude, you know where I be.
Unless your son goes to KU.
Well, look, he's taking a year off, and like I said, I want him to work. I'd love for him to come down to Dallas and kind of get away from everybody for a minute. But again, you know how 18-year-old boys are, especially when there's a female involved. So I'm and Blake and I have talked about this quite a bit. I'm just kind of playing. I'm not playing a man-to-man. I'm kind of playing a zone defense. I'm kind of playing a prevent right now. We're not rushing 8. We're just kind of we're in the back and we're letting the game come to us. So we'll see what. We'll see what Zave does. But anyway, look, we got a loaded show for you guys today. We're here till 12:30. Man, look, when Jacob deGrom, and this is what the thing about Jacob deGrom, and we'll talk more about this in the 9 o'clock, or excuse me, the 10 o'clock hour, that's so frustrating about Jacob deGrom. Now, look, I'm not going to pretend like I've watched the last 2 games, you guys, as I just alluded to, but look, I've been box score watching. I've gotten to see little, bits and pieces of games here. One thing we know about Jacob deGrom, he will give up a solo shot.
Yeah.
Okay?
4 of
And
them.
Unfortunately, he gave up 4 of them yesterday.
But that shouldn't have beat you.
Well, and we're going back to what this is deja vu all over again, okay?
We'll get into it.
So we're going to talk about as they try to avoid the sweep today, all right? But we got maths to get into. Last time you heard me and Chris, we were getting ready to lead up to the lotto. I guess I owe you guys a tattoo. We'll discuss that later on the show as well. We've got Fatty's on the phone. We got C Story Confidential. We got a Trevor's Good News. But when we come back, let's talk Dallas Cowboys. Much has been made about this alleged gauntlet of a schedule. I have other thoughts. We'll hear from Chris. He hasn't shared his yet. We got Trevor in the house. 877-881-1053. 877-881-1053. Let's hear from you on this Sunday morning. Lots more to get to. Don't go anywhere. This is 105.3 The Fan.
Our goal is to have you winning every sports debate with your buds. We'll do the homework. You just listen and enjoy. Turn it on and leave it on. The Fan and our Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Relax and let Kroger Delivery handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items. Then carefully pack your order in our refrigerated trucks. And our cool trucks keep your food fresh right to your door. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
The 2026 PBR World Finals Unleash the Beast returns to Fort Worth, May 7th through 10th at Cowtown Coliseum, and May 14th through 17th at Dickies Arena. Ready to beat Cowboy? Tickets at PBRWorldFinals.com. It's bowl time.
I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Question: you wouldn't drive your car 100,000 miles without an oil change, right? Well, my teenager would, but in North Texas, your AC system runs over 2,000 hours a year. And just like your car, all those moving parts need regular maintenance. You see, here's what most homeowners don't realize. Breakdowns don't just happen. They start as small issues, like a clogged drain line that should have been caught weeks earlier with a simple tune-up. Because small problems can turn into expensive repairs. So for a limited time, Reliant Air Conditioning will tune up your AC system for just $85. But here's the best part. When you join our Hero Club maintenance program, your AC tune-up is absolutely free, and you'll stay protected year-round. So call us at 877-YOUR-HERO or schedule your AC tune-up online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO. I need a little range. Step to the range. Come on, meet me at the range.
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
It's home selling season, and what's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. Not with Orchard. First, Orchard gives you cash up front to buy and move into your new home first. Then, your local Orchard agent helps you sell your home on market for top dollar. One customer said, I went under contract within 24 hours of my home listing. Amazing! Don't settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar with Orchard. Get your free home valuation at Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Each weekday at 5:30, Gavin, Lucius, and the guys bring you the G-Bag of the day. The craziest audio sent in from you and all of the Tolos. That's every day at 5:30 and replayed the next day at 2:30. Driven by EastDallasDiesel.com.
McDonald's is serving up free samples of their all-new drinks May 18th through May 23rd from 4 to 7 p.m. Try all-new drinks like the Sprite Berry Blast, topped with cold foam, or the Strawberry Watermelon Refresher with freeze-dried strawberries. 6 all-new drinks now at McDonald's.
This segment on 105 Through the Fan is brought to you by the Frankels. If you've been injured in a car or truck wreck, call Frankel first, 214-817-333-3333. With Franklin Frankel, there's never an out-of-pocket cost, and they only get paid when you win. Franklin Frankel, the go-to car truck wreck attorneys in Dallas.
Appreciate that, Trap House Trevor. It is 105 Through the Fan on a Sunday morning. Fred Davis, a 3-time Hall of Famer, Chris Arnold.
Got you down.
And we're glad to have you guys here. We've got you up until 12:30, and that's when we hand it off to the Rangers broadcast team as they look to avoid the sweep today to those dreaded Houston Lastros. But I'll tell you what, I'm now that I'm getting back into my sports mode. Like I said, I've been kind of all over the place the last 48 to 72 hours. But to see what has gone down over the last 2 days, you damn near get no hit on Friday night, which I was stunned when I was looking at the box score going, what in the hell is going on here?
Can I say this, too? Jack Leiter had a hell of a
Jack Leiter pitched his ass off.
Yeah, 6 strikeouts, and he only gave up a solo home run.
I was going to say, he went 7 1/3.
Solo home run. And then you say, okay, Jacob deGrom, he's up next. We got to be able to do something with Jacob deGrom. He's going for his 100th victory.
When you tell me, if I'd have told you, CA, that Jack Leiter is going to give you 7 1/3 of 2 or 3 hits or 4 hits, whatever it was, and give up 1 earned run and 7 1/3.
And that earned run was a homer, a solo homer.
You're gonna and you're gonna tell me, okay, we can't at home and we can't generate any offense. And oh, by the way, we're not gonna get. I think they didn't get a hit till the 7th, 8th inning on Friday night.
Yeah.
I just look. We'll wait. We'll get into this Rangers talk in the 10:00 hour.
Yeah, you some things to get off your chest. I can tell.
Well, we're back to where we were again.
Yeah.
We talked about how Skip Schumacher. You brought in Brandon Nimmo, and everybody was pom-pomming each other, and look, myself included. You thought after those first 2 series against Baltimore and Philly, it's going to be a different baseball team this year, and unfortunately, it's the exact same thing. So anyway, we digress. We'll get more into this, and we'll get your thoughts on it as well. Don't forget, we are going to do Tolos and Fatties on the phone at 10:40 as well, so make sure you're standing by for that. Your initial thoughts on the Cowboy schedule?
Brutal. And I'm saying this knowing that last week before it came out, you and I were both talking, I said, Warren Sharp says it's the 4th most difficult schedule. This is before they came out with the order of the teams and the times. He was just looking at it just overall and the win-loss and the history of how they do the analytics. It's the 4th toughest, and it lives up to that. So for anybody who had lofty ideas of, the Cowboys going to win 10 games because they got this new defense, this is where you're in trouble. I'm going to say this because you got to throw in the fact that there's travel involved. It's one thing that you got, all these difficult teams. Yeah, the teams are difficult. But the way they have them scheduled, there's twice this year where the Cowboys play 3 games in 11 days.
In 11 days.
That's twice. It happens every year around Thanksgiving. Well, guess what? It's going to happen at the end of September, too. And the crazy part about it, the schedule makers just pretend like the Cowboys are Madden teams, that they just pop up wherever we want to pop them up. I'm only saying this because, they got their own plane, so to speak. They got their own flight. You don't have to wait in the airport somewhere. But they do have to go there, and they're going through all these different time zones. They got to go to Brazil. And when they go to Brazil, right after that, they got a noon kickoff. I mean, you're playing at night in Brazil, or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been to Brazil last summer. That's a long-ass flight. And
10 hours? 10, 11 hours, I think it is.
10, 11 hours.
Yeah.
And I've been down to Rio. I've been to that stadium where they're going to play just last year.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. You act like customs don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
You act like there's no such thing as TSA getting back. You act like there's no... I'm like, what are they thinking? And then the next game is a noon game at Houston. Well, it's close by. It's still not in Dallas-Fort Worth. And then right after that, a Thursday night game? It's already hard enough to play a Sunday game and a Thursday game. But they're talking about Brazil on a Sunday, a comeback on another Sunday at noon, and not even at home. They say, well, the Rio's a home game. It's in Brazil. It is not in Dallas.
Yeah, no, that's not a home game.
I'm just trying to say, and they're doing this twice. And guess what? All the bye weekend. The bye week's in December.
Yeah,
it's the 14th
bye week ain't until
week.
the 14th.
Oh, they got a lot of noon games this year. I was like, they've got 6 noon games. They haven't had 6 noon games in how long? And I'm like,
here's the funny part. They had 6 noon games last year.
Yeah, I know, but here's the thing.
But a lot now.
I'm thinking it's NFL saying, you know what? We need some eyeballs at noon. Cowboys.
It sure feels that way now.
Also, they didn't have like this 12-5 record.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth. 2 of the noon games were, I want to say, against the Jets early in the year, and we all know the Jets were terrible.
Yep.
And then I want to say one of them was against
York.
Carolina, right? And Carolina was terrible to start the season, right? And so those were 2 of them. And then I think 3 out of the last 4 games of the year were at noon, which, like you said, they were, I mean, after the Detroit game, you could have put them at 8 o'clock in the morning and nobody would have cared. So now that I've had a few days, again, Blake and I were on Thursday night, so we had a chance. We were on
live when it was coming down,
release was coming out. I didn't look as closely at the times when we were doing the schedule. Now, I've got them going 11-6 this year. Oh, you got something to say? You got something to say? I saw that face.
I just think
that's optimistic.
It's very optimistic.
I'm with Trevor on this because let me tell you this one other caveat beside the times and the close together, let alone how strong these teams are playing are. You're talking about a new defensive coordinator and a lot of new players. A lot of them are young that they drafted. When are they going to practice? They're going to be flying all over the country.
You got preseason,
but also don't get me wrong. It's a disadvantage. This schedule would work if you're the Rams or Seattle or a team that's been Philly. Yeah, Philly, exactly. That's the perfect one. Philly. If you're Philly, because you got the same guys and they know the drill. You got the same coordinators. You're trying to implement a defensive scheme on the fly. And I say on the fly. Don't get me wrong. They got the offseason like everybody else, but the expectation level is, well, this defense is going to be good, possibly great. Well, not at the start of the season.
Well, I don't think it's going to be great. I'm with you.
I'm not even saying I think it's going to be great, not this year, but later on.
I'm with you on this. Here's my pushback. Okay, let's look at the first, and really, let's just look at the whole season.
Yeah.
How many of the 17 games? How many would we argue the other team has a better offense than the Cowboys? Maybe 3? Giants don't have a better offense. Commanders don't have a better offense. Baltimore doesn't have a better offense. Texans don't have a better offense. Buccaneers don't have a better offense. Green Bay doesn't have a better offense. Philly, what depends on what Jalen Hurts you get. All right. Arizona, we know doesn't have a better offense. Indiana, Colts, we don't even know who the hell the quarterback's going to be. All right. San Francisco 49ers. Push. All right.
Push.
We give the edge to the coaching because we know one thing we do know about the 49ers, whether it's Purdy or Garoppolo or whoever, they're going to be coached up right. Okay. Shanahan's going to have that team ready to go.
Yep.
All right. Titans, you're better than. Again, you go back to Philadelphia, that's on Thanksgiving. At Seattle, I mean, I would argue that that's a toss up, but I would still give the edge to the and again, this is with everybody being whole, right?
Yeah,
as far
healthy.
as offense are concerned, and then the Rams. Okay, so I'll give the Rams that, right? Jaguars, I'm still taking the at home. They don't have the Jaguars do not have a better offense than the Dallas Cowboys.
Nope.
Okay, Giants, week 17, and then we go back to the Commanders again. So my point in all that is this, and I get it, it's a defensive league and all this, but you have a better offense than 75% of the teams you're playing this year.
Mm-hmm.
Do we all agree on that?
Mm-hmm. 75%'s fair.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your defense should be better than it was a year ago.
We just need them to be top 20. They
Top
could be
20. I mean, look,
18, 19,
I'm shooting
20.
for 15 to 18.
Me
okay?
too. Same
I'm
here.
shooting for 15
Same
to 18.
page.
You can make hay.
Agreed.
I'm not saying you can necessarily win a Super Bowl, but you can get to one with a 15th ranked defense. You can certainly get to an NFC Championship game with a 15th to 18th ranked defense. All right? I'm with you. Yes, this defense is going to take time, but let's go back to this. All right, let's go back to this. Giants, new head coach. Commanders, Jaden Daniels. All right, which Jaden Daniels are we going to get? Oh, by the way, last time I checked, their defense was still ass. Here's
what's so wild about Jaden Daniels. I like him a lot, but he get hurt.
We all love him. But he could be C.J. Stroud 2.0 for all we know.
Well, yeah, he could be, but I just totally think he's got the ability. I just think he's going to get hurt.
Well, that's just exactly.
So he's slender.
He has a slight frame,
in
as
other
we
words,
like to call it.
Jalen Hurts got more of a squatty body.
Jalen Hurts looks like he could be a power lifter,
right?
And damn near is.
He could be a running back.
Yeah, exactly.
But Jaden Daniels, he looked like a point guard.
Looks like Shea.
Yeah.
Texans, great defense. C.J. Stroud scaring you?
Nope.
Who's C.J. Stroud? Who's worried? Raise your hand if you're worried about C.J. Stroud beating you.
Nobody.
I'm not.
Keep sweating.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's the dangerous one because
that's a dangerous game. But here's the thing. That defense is getting older.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you can if this defense is what
you
defense
are at home.
You're at home. Now, you are coming off of a short week, so I could see you losing that game simply because you're just exhausted.
That's where I'm going with it.
Which that's fine. I can look. I'll live with that. But then you've got 10 days to go to Green Bay. You don't know what you're going to get. Hell, Micah might not even be there yet. Okay, because we already know he's not going to start the season off. Okay, and oh, by the way, here's the thing we forget about the Packers. All right, number one, Jordan Love can't get got. Number two, you got rid of Romeo Doubs. You're banking on Matthew Golden. You got rid of Dontavion Wicks. Okay, so what I'm worried about, and then Christian Watson. What day is it? I don't know if he's going to be healthy or hurt. Great when he's healthy. Okay, what's the number one ability? Availability. Christian Watson ain't got it. All right, so Green Bay, I'm not worried about. Then you come home, or then you're at Philly. Oh, okay, I can see you losing that game. Week 8, Arizona. Now we all know that's the bugaboo of all bugaboos.
Put it like this: Kyler's not there anymore. That was the bugaboo.
But he wasn't there last year either, though.
Well,
and Jacoby Brissett carved your ass up.
Standing on the sideline.
Jacoby Brissett carved your ass up, man. So we all know the Cardinals can, like, the one game on this schedule, and look, there's plenty of games. I mean, the Cardinals could give you fits because they find a way to do it each and every year.
That's their history.
Okay. And then real quick, we'll go to break and we'll break down the rest of it. Week 9 at the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, look, it could be Anthony Richardson. All right, I mean, we forget Daniel Jones is coming off of an Achilles injury. And before he hurt his Achilles, let's not forget, I get it, he was a feel-good story to start the season. Oh, my God, this guy's a poor man's Josh Allen. He can run, he can throw, dear God. Daniel Jones was looking real average before he tore his Achilles last year.
They figured him out.
Okay? He went back to being Daniel Jones.
Danny Dimes.
Like, let's not forget, it's still Daniel Jones, all right? Like, yes, can he have some moments where he's a serviceable NFL quarterback and is an athletic dude? Sure. He's a quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay? But he's also a regular guy. Okay? Who has ever said to themselves, man, Daniel Jones just carved us up?
Put it like this. he thought he was having a Sam Darnold
he was Sam Darnold for the first 8 weeks.
Exactly.
And then turned into a pumpkin about week 10. All right. When we come back, week 10, your
Got
text
more to
messages
talk
more.
about.
877-881-1053. We're dispelling the notion, or at least I am. Yes, the NFL schedule at first glance does look like it could be arduous, but when you pull the curtain back just a smidge, maybe it's not as daunting as we initially thought. That's Chris Arnold. That's Trap House Trevor. I'm Fred Davis. Lots more to get to. This is 105 Through the Fan.
Sean and RJ here with Just Love Coffee. Can you believe it? They actually made a custom coffee for us at the Fan? Yep. It's an Ethiopian Yirgacheffe blend, and if you're into coffee, it's a really respected blend and roast.
And it's just part of Just Love's mission. They're all about community. This is an awesome way to support local. You're supporting local coffee, local partnerships, and local charities. The Sandlot charity at the same time. That's an awesome combination. So stop by in Grand Prairie or Arlington and tell them you're there for the Sean and RJ blend at Just Love Coffee.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
Carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KRS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KRS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
I need a little ranch, step to the ranch, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
At Jack, my $4.99 jumbo sausage breakfast platter has grilled sausage, cage-free scrambled eggs, a crispy hash brown, and French toast sticks. That's a whole lot of food for $4.99. Guys, it broke the table again. Welcome to Jack in the Box. Plus tax, limited time only. Price and participation may vary.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Each extra minute you listen makes us work even harder to give you the best insider information. Opinions that get you thinking, mixed in with laughs that keep you around. Thanks for listening as much as you do to The Fan.
This segment on 105.3 The Fan is brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. If you're in the market to upgrade your vehicle, get the Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine. #1 Chevy dealership in the world, 3 years straight. They got more new Chevys than anyone, all priced to sell. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Based on new Chevy registrations 2023 through 2025.
Well, the text messages have spoken. We guys are finally starting to wake up a little bit. A
lazy Sunday.
A little docile there in the 9 o'clock hour, which I get. It's a lazy Sunday. It's been kind of and of course I wasn't here yesterday, so I don't know what the weather was like yesterday.
Same as today.
Same as today. All right, so I've got them going 11-6. I said that this offense is better than at least 75% of the teams you're going to face. Now, again, logistically, yes, are there going to be, as you pointed out, that Tampa Bay game, and I know people keep pointing out the fact that this team's not very good on the road. And no, historically, or at least in the last couple of years, they have certainly had their issues on the road as well. A couple things I'm banking on, and real quick from the 940, he makes a solid point. You have as it appears right now, you have a worse D than 95% of the opponents. A first-year coordinator and a bunch of rookies is not a recipe for success.
That's what I was saying.
I have hope, but I think the D will be a year or two away. And look, 940, number one, thanks for texting in this morning. Hopefully you have a wonderful Sunday and do whatever it is you're going to do on this lovely day. But here's where I'm going to push back a little bit. And again, we've got plenty of time, and this is why we do this, because it's a Sunday in May, and what else have we got to do right now? Because the Rangers, and that's a conversation we'll get to in just a little bit. I'm frustrated with them, but as somebody else pointed out, Cowboys defense should be better. We thought the Rangers offense would be better. Yeah, and that hurts.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Again, I think the defense is going to be really good. I don't think they're going to be great this year, but I have to temper my expectations based upon the first part of the season schedule. I'm like, they have no time to gel against live action. And I'm not talking about, well, they can do that at training camp and OTAs and the mini camps. No. Yeah. That's just against each other, and it's not even two-a-days like back in the day. We've always said this. The first month of the season in September, that's usually like a preseason, because that's when all the teams are learning.
Preseason's just.
But the Cowboys have a gauntlet. Again, my only hesitation on giving them my only hesitation to give them double-digit wins is because I just can't see the defense being ready to roll, hit the ground running, and it's not going to be as bad as the Eberflus. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to stay that way and get worse. I just think that you needed to steal some wins early while the other teams are still trying to figure each other out. I looked at that schedule. I'm like, they're not a Madden game. They've got to actually go through customs. They got to go through TSA. They got to stay in hotels where the rooms might be. By the way, they were 0-2-1 last year on Sunday night games. So don't assume because they're on the nighttime they're going to automatically win. No, that didn't work that way. So there's lots of reason to say, wait a minute, I'm all excited because they're going to be a better team. But by the time they get good, hopefully they'll sneak into the playoffs, if that. But I can't see them, they're going to, knock out some teams early and coast a little bit. There's not even a bye week until December.
Here's where I don't think, and look, we'll know more Okay, here we go. Fred, please help settle an argument. Is it Wichita or Wichita? It's Wichita.
Wichita.
It's Wichita. There's no chi.
Yeah, Wichita.
It's just Wichita.
Wichita.
I don't think it's going to take the defense as long to get going. I think Christian Parker is going to simplify some things off the jump.
Okay, I'm agreeing with you on that, and as well, this is what also make me think that you got a real good point. This is what I'm hoping for. Christian Parker's got high IQ. So does Downs. Downs got a freaking brilliant football mind, and that's going to help out a lot.
And this is where I think some people are missing the boat on. And I'm with you. The defense going to be as good in week 1 as it's going to be in week 10 or 11 and on? No, of course not. I mean, there's a natural maturation and getting to know you process that is going to unfold. Okay, we're not naive to that fact, but this much I do know. The players that you have brought in
are not dummies.
I think we're underestimating the intelligence and the quality. This is not ding. I get the last couple of years, the Cowboys, and this is where we're at right now. And look, I understand it, Cowboy fans. You are in a what have we done lately mode.
For 30
You've
years.
got Cowboy PTSD. That this is every year we hear this. And Fred, you don't know. You haven't been here. You're a Chiefs fan. Shut up. All valid. All right. But let me tell you something. I learned this for all anybody that's ever been in like I hate to say a toxic relationship. And you could almost call the Cowboys fandom toxic. And you could call sports fandom
they
toxic.
Are. I put out on Twitter every year how many Cowboy fans will admit they have a toxic relationship with the team. And it's thousands.
1,000%.
And they'll say, I understand. Yeah, I admit it.
And look, maybe Fred's getting sucked into it too. All right, because maybe Cowboys drinking the Cowboys hopium right now, okay? And
they treat me so bad, but I can't let them go.
I mean, this is the second year in a row where I've picked the Cowboys and the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl. So what do I know? That said, sometimes when you're in a really bad relationship or a toxic relationship, you don't know, you can't really assess things properly until you're extricated from it and you have some time to disengage.
Are you
and
saying
really
get out of
look
the
at
forest so you can see the? Yeah.
I've done it. I've been there. Sometimes you have to really step back and be out of it for a while before you realize just how wild it is. I say all that to say this. Your defensive line should be better.
Yes.
Okay.
No doubt.
Let's call that what it is. Your defensive line should be better than it was a year ago. Mm-hmm. You've got Quinnen Williams, who has a full offseason in your program. Last I checked, Quinnen Williams is the best D lineman the Cowboys have had since when?
You mean middle line?
I'm talking just
DT?
General. How long has it been since the Cowboys have had a D lineman as good as Quinnen Williams?
Maybe DeMarcus Ware.
Okay, so a minute.
Yeah.
And
Tank was really good, but people weren't giving him credit.
No, they weren't. And I mean, Quinnen Williams is widely considered a top 5 D tackle in the NFL. Okay,
Yes.
and I don't care what side of the coin you fall on.
He's probably the best defensive tackle since Marcus Spears.
There you go. Okay, so so there's no question about that. So you're getting a full year of Quinnen Williams. All right. One thing, I think you've brought this up, and I think Broadus brought this up as well. Kenny Clark wore down last year.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, Kenny Clark wore down as the season went on. All right.
Not this time.
Not this year. Okay.
That's right.
You've brought in reinforcements, and then again, everybody's learning from page one. Secondly, Rashawn Gary. I think and I heard somebody on. I think it was G-Bag that said this. Rashawn Gary's at least as good as Jadeveon Clowney.
He's good. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we all agree that Jadeveon Clowney was your best edge last year. All right. Now, I don't know that he's as good at stopping the run as Jadeveon Clowney is. And look, I've been I would have loved to have brought Jadeveon Clowney back. I thought Jadeveon Clowney was. And you and I said on these airwaves, I was not crazy about that signing when it took place. I
Same here.
Straight up lambasted. I was like, I don't know why you did it.
Right.
But to JC's credit, my man was a dog all last year. Was a great locker room presence. Yes, he did. And I'll tell you what.
He learned, like you said, stepping outside for a while. He realized, wait a minute, this might be my last chance, so let me go ahead and do this thing as best I can.
Well, and he's learned how to be a professional.
Exactly.
Okay, that's the thing that I think sometimes we forget is that, what caliber of professional are you bringing into the locker room as well? All right, so Rashawn Gary, I think, is as good as what you got with Jadeveon Clowney. All right, then let's go ahead and look at the linebacking core. Question marks, 1,000%. I think everybody has a valid concern when it comes to the linebacking crew. D. Winters. Okay, I mean we don't know yet about D. Winters. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend like I've sat there and poured through the 49er film just yet. All right, but this much we do know.
I think he's a positive.
He's better than Jack Sanborn.
Thank you.
He's better than Kenneth Murray. He's better than Maris Leofau. Now I'm not ready to say he's better than Shamar James. That's my guy. Okay. I said 2 months ago on G-Bag, don't be surprised if my boy Shamar is wearing the green dot. And I stand by that. Okay, so you know what?
I'm not hating
that
on
is
him,
a hill I will die on the Shamar James hill. And when Shamar, all I want you guys to do is just give me this. When Shamar James is balling in training camp at Oxnard, remember who told you first. Your boy Freddie D. Okay, that's all I want.
Are you predicting an injury on somebody else?
He's going to get the dot by default. It is Shamar James season, and your boy Freddie D is calling it right now.
Okay.
Shamar James balls out in 2026.
Okay.
DeMarvion Overshone was on with John Machota, I think. They did an article in The Athletic a couple days ago. He was at a Cowboys home run derby or something like that.
Love him to death.
He said something that I have been stressing on these airwaves for about 2 months now. I'm healthy. I'm playing. I'm not worrying about getting right again. I'm worrying about just playing football. I don't know that we are taking that seriously enough.
Yeah. See, here's the deal. You called it out. This is what people aren't paying attention to. You said a closer examination, he's not injury prone. He's got hit with some freak
prone to injury. Yes.
Yeah, he just got hit a couple of ways, and it was like, what?
It was a freakish injury. A 300-pound dude fell on his leg.
Well, you shouldn't have those brittle bones. I mean, he should.
Again, ACLs.
Most players can handle a 300-pound guy fall on their legs. What's wrong with him?
ACLs happen. ACLs are going to happen. They happen in sports all the time. People come back from those. I mean, it's like spraining an ankle these days. DeMarvion Overshone is going to be fine. I expect another great year from him. And just to kind of bring it all full circle. Mm-hmm. And I'm just bringing up the guy. I haven't even talked about rookies. We'll talk about rookies next Sunday.
But you're saying,
I'm talking about the guys that are already on this roster and the free agents. Jalen Thompson. Mm-hmm. That might be one of the best free agent signings of the NFL that no one's talking about, or one of the more underrated signings. PJ Locke, pretty damn good as far as what he brings, knowing his role. And then you throw in the fact that you got a Jacoby Durant, who, look, number notwithstanding, he's a solid piece as far as a secondary. I mean, he's better than Reddy Stewart and Trequezie Bridges. That much we do know. We're not scanning the Chargers practice squad for bodies. So what you're
saying, they should be able to survive the first 6 weeks of the season.
I'm saying that this defense is going to be serviceable and better because the personnel you have brought in. I'll get y'all out of here with this first hour out of the way. We have loved up Christian Parker, correct?
Uh-huh.
I mean, not one person has had one negative thing to say about Christian Parker.
They have a fear of losing him. He's that good.
That's how good he is.
He's gonna be a head coach.
But suddenly now we're ready to punt up. So we love Christian Parker. We love Caleb Downs, but suddenly this defense is going to suck for the entire 17 weeks. I've got a problem with that. I'll tell you what else I got a problem with.
What's that?
This Rangers baseball team. What do I mean by that? Let's discuss it next.
Wait. Before you set down that Cowboys Kool-Aid, got some Everclear in it?
Damn right. Well, you know I'm sober. I'll drink the Cowboy Kool-Aid.
Somebody slipped it in on you.
I don't need the Cowboy. I don't need booze for my Cowboy Kool-Aid. Yeah. Okay? My Cowboy Kool-Aid, straight no chaser. All right? Straight no chaser. Cowboy Kool-Aid.
You might need some Everclear in that Ranger Kool-Aid.
Look,
that Ranger, boy, you mad about this.
No, it's
fire.
We're reaching critical mass. Don't go anywhere.
When your friends say, "Hey, did you hear?" you can proudly say, "I heard it on the Fan," keeping you sports informed with some quality laughs along the way. Turn it on and leave it on. 105.3 The Fan, the Odyssey app, iHeartRadio app, and TuneIn app.
Texans enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to get Texas-sized savings. Kroger, Texas proud since 1955. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
You can get Texas-sized savings on USDA Choice untrimmed beef brisket. They're sold whole in bag and are just $3.99 a pound with your card. Limit 1. Kroger, Texas proud since 1955.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on oil?
We've got many markdowns on oil.
How about on that new STP Any Mileage?
You'll save $5 when you buy 5 quarts of STP Any Mileage with an oil filter and get up to 5,000 miles of protection.
Heck of a markdown for quite a lot of miles.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Sean and RJ here with the greatest of Underdog Fantasy. The NBA playoffs are finally here. Underdog is the place to get in on all the action. You can make picks and win money right now in Texas. It's very, very easy. You pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. You get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. We love playing nightly on Underdog. Download the app today. Use promo code TOLO to score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code TOLO at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit ncpgambling.org.
You finally plan that family vacation and you renew your passport only to find out your passport has been denied by the IRS. I'm Dallas tax attorney Nick Namath.
And I'm Jamie Flores, the managing partner at the law offices of Namath and Flores. If you thought the IRS can't affect your passport or ability to travel, guess again. The IRS can and will prevent the issuance or renewal of a passport for certain delinquent taxpayers.
Call the law offices of Namath and Flores today at 972-484-0TAX. Offices in Dallas, Fort Worth, and Frisco.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
If you're spending $400 to $1,000 a month on weight loss injections without getting the body you want, then you need to go see the team at Soza Clinic. Their transformation program combines natural weight loss, advanced treatments that target deep, stubborn belly fat, and skin tightening so you don't just lose weight, you reshape your body. You can get all of those treatments at Soza Clinic for about $350 a month. Visit weightlossfortexas.com. That's weight loss, the number 4, Texas.com. Soza Weight Loss. Real results, no shortcuts.
It's been an active storm year in North Texas, and everywhere you go, the pitch is to replace your roof. At Blue Nail Roofing, we do a lot of roof replacements, but one of our specialties is helping homeowners keep the roof you have to save money and avoid an insurance claim. Before you go the route of replacing your roof, call us for a free second opinion inspection of your property and find out if you can save money by preserving your existing roof. Call 855-255-1975, 855-255-1975, BlueNailRoofing.com.
Your turn it on, leave it on. Home of America's team is 105.3 The Fan.
Tolo, baby.
KRLD-FM and HD1, Dallas-Fort Worth.
An Odyssey sports station.
Driven by our D&M Leasing Studios. Thanks for turning it on and leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan.
Hour number 2 of the program. Chris Arnold, Trevor Bevo Beck,
Fred Davis.
To the graduates of the 2026 class, thank you for all your hard work. Good luck in your future, and may God be with you all. You know what time it is, boys and girls. That music, it is graduation music. I have heard more graduation talk in the last 96 hours. But
graduating is a sport.
It's a testament to my children. It's a testament to their mothers. Shout out to all the baby mamas, baby's mamas.
For real.
That's it. Shout out to all you guys out there, all the boys, girls, and everybody in between celebrating a graduation. And good luck to whatever you're doing. And to all my people, all my high school graduates that are going to the military, they're getting ready to ship off, go to boot camp, whatever it is you're going to do, fight for our freedom. Thank you so much as well. Going to college, great. That's all well and good. But to all my military folks out there, special place in my heart. I'm trying to get my son to join the Navy, but again, that's another conversation for another time. Now, real quick, before we get into this Rangers talk, Blake, Chris and I were just talking. I understand, and this is the 630. This is a perfect example of why I understand your plight as Dallas Cowboy fans. All right. From the 630, the Cowboys' hype speech made me feel worse about this team. Quinnen Williams and a rookie safety are the only players that aren't replacement-level NFL players. Dak, CD, and Pickens need to ball out. Well, let me stop you right there, 630. Number one, I respect and appreciate what you have to say, and I want to thank you for listening and toloing on a Sunday morning. Where I will disagree with you, the defense has far more replacement-level players than what you just mentioned. I get it. This is now the fourth defensive coordinator in 4 years for the Dallas Cowboys. The last two have not been good.
Right.
And the last that we saw of Dan Quinn was not good.
Well, his last game was not good.
That's what I'm saying.
That playoff game, oh, boy.
Not good. And so I want to tell you all, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring it in for my example so that you guys don't think I'm just trying to, blow smoke up your skirt. Anybody that follows me on Twitter, God bless you all. I'm wearing my KU basketball shirt today. I have been a tyrant on KU basketball Twitter. Okay? Because I've been so frustrated with the direction of this basketball team. And I still am. And look, me and Bill Self are best friends.
From that plane ride.
Okay? Ever since that plane ride, me and Bill Self, buddies, BFFs. He doesn't know it, but I know it. That said, using that as my analogy for you Cowboy fans that are upset, and if somebody was giving me a KU hype speech, I too would be frustrated. But here's where I'll just say this. And this is what I told Chris during the break. If we love up Christian Parker so much, and rightfully so, and we know he's had his fingerprints on every single move that's been made. If you love him as a defensive coordinator, if you're excited about him and the prospect of him as a defensive coordinator, then why are we being hypocritical in the same vein and poo-pooing all of his moves so far? That's all I'm asking.
And I'll give you a short answer because you mentioned it when you were talking about the Cowboys earlier. The Cowboy fans, they have a toxic relationship.
They do.
And therefore, they're guarding their heart, which is understandable.
Which is fair.
But to give you your credit when you're explaining what you do have and you don't have to count on rookies, I don't think they understand it. Eberflus did not utilize those guys properly.
There's a lot
so
of that.
If you think they don't have these, and the guys that were coming in, you must not have done enough research that they traded for, those guys and free agents that they signed. They did some work this offseason, and the caliber of the guys that you're talking about, these are not replacement guys.
This is not Kaiir Elam.
No. And again, the ones that were here, Eberflus was not utilizing them properly, which is why he's gone.
The last thing I'll say about this, and we'll move on to the Rangers. And I know that's a tough segue because it's not like we're getting any better when we go from talking about the Cowboys defense to the Rangers. When we look at who the Cowboys brought in last year, number one, we know Eberflus was a disaster. Number two, we knew coming in Kenneth Murray sucked.
We knew
coming in Kaiir Elam sucked.
We knew.
Okay? We knew that Jack Sanborn was a rotation piece.
We knew.
All right?
And we knew first week that defense wasn't buying into Eberflus.
You know what? I almost said something I shouldn't. You know what the crappy part was about last year? And me and Blake talked about this the other night on Fan After Dark. You knew in week one of the preseason when Stetson Bennett was made the Rams look like the greatest show on turf.
He thought he was back in Georgia.
Bro, I'm telling was that Trent Green and Kurt Warner at quarterback? My God. And I get it. It's preseason, so it's like, well, but you're thinking to yourself, well, the fundamentals, like these guys were at a position in the first drive of the season. Like you just felt to yourself, you had two things going on last year in that first preseason game, and I don't know that we knew how ominous that first game was. You had the defense that couldn't catch a cold, couldn't stop a cold, and then you had the offense that Joe Milton was throwing 90-mile-per-hour heaters to everybody but his wide receivers.
Yeah.
That was a problem.
Yeah. And when half the defense is pointing somewhere after a play, that's when you know.
Peyton Turner's getting hurt on the third play of the game. Maris Leofau's just running around like a chicken with his head cut off. You're like, man, this is going to be rough. And we had no idea just how rough it was going to be. So I say all that to say this. We're going to table the Cowboys conversation for today. But all I'll just say is, and by the way, I didn't mention one rookie.
Nope.
In my defense, and I'm telling you right now, and again, I'm going off of what people are saying. When DeMarvion Overshone, who, oh, by the way, last I checked, we all think pretty highly of him. When DeMarvion Overshone tells us he feels 100% better than he did a year ago, why are we not taking him at his word? That's what I don't understand. But again, I get it. People are jaded.
Yeah, their heart.
Their heart.
Protecting.
Their heart's
they
hurt.
can't go all in yet.
Come with me if you want to live, Cowboys fans. Come with me.
The Cowboys scared
if you
them.
want to live.
John Connor.
Speaking of coming with me if you want to live, can we get a new hitting coach? Can we get anything going on right now? The Astros are pitching us.
Can I say this before you get started? This is bad. And for those who want to blame Corey Seager, he hadn't played 2 games.
Well,
so don't even blame. He hasn't helped
for once.
But don't say they need to get Corey. I don't want to hear that part right now because this weekend is a continuation and it made it worse. In other words, no Seager and they got even worse.
But you could argue, too, you could make the argument for all my Seager fans out there or Seager doubters and throw Fred in that category. I mean, look, I said a year ago, get rid of Corey Seager, but what do I know? If he was hitting worth a damn, he'd be in the lineup. Part of the reason why he's not in the lineup is because he has been asked.
You're just mad he's not hitting his weight. He's below the Mendoza line.
I mean,
you're just mad.
I mean, he's literally Marcus Semien right now.
He has turned into Marcus Semien.
He's turned into his best buddy, Marcus Semien. Don't let me find out. Well, you know what? While I'm on it, because I'm in kind of a
go ahead and vent.
I'm in kind of a you know what? I'm in a wily mood today because I've been on the road for so much. By the way, breaking news: SGA wins the MVP for the second straight year.
NBA MVP, Oklahoma City Thunder.
Your thoughts? No, not a huge surprise, right?
Yeah, we'll get in that later. I don't want to distract you from Rangers because you're teasing.
Okay, here we go. Well, I'm looking up something.
Oh, while you're looking
quick.
up something, let me say this about the Rangers.
Yes, sir.
They're averaging
not much.
2 runs a game for the season. 2 freaking runs a game.
I'm no Peter Gammons, but that's not good.
Here's the other part about it. I think that's 24th in the league in offense. I'm talking about both leagues, in the entire major leagues, all right? And also, the entire leagues, especially the American League, are down in hitting, but the Rangers are the worst of the worst. They're the bottom 4.
Okay, so the New York Mets, who got off to an atrocious start, and I do mean atrocious
Why are you
start.
bringing up Marcus Semien?
Well, they've won 4 of their last 5. The Mets have. They're now 19-26. Rangers are what, 21-24, if memory serves?
Yeah, look at that.
Okay. Yeah. You want to take a guess what Marcus Semien's batting?
Don't tell me he figured it out.
Just take a guess.
I'm not even.
If you told me more than Corey Seager, you'd be correct. Want to take a guess?
What is it?
218.
218.
I was going to say 230.
I tell you what, look at you two. The median number, or the what do they call it? The midpoint, the mean of those two numbers, the middle.
No, the
middle.
You're right. The median. That's right. The average is okay. Sorry. All right. Turn the mic off now.
224.
224, right there.
224 is what Marcus Semien's batting right now. Should we go ahead and swap out Seager for Semien now?
But still not good.
I mean, look, I'm
this is the
chops.
This is the problem I'm having with baseball right now. Is that, man, our
skinniest kid at Fat Camp.
It's awful. It's so bad right now.
I'm disgusted. I mean, this is. And you know what's frustrating about this Ranger team?
What
is?
Rangers are 21-24, by the way.
21-24. 21-24. Who's on the bump today? Gore?
No, it's Evaldi.
Evo. Well, you should win today.
No, because he's been pitching well the last 3 games.
Yeah, well, and of course we thought you would win with Jacob DeGrom last week against the Cubs looked like Cy Young in his prime.
Yes.
I mean,
Hall of Famer.
He was balling last week. You and I were out there at Globe Life Field. I stuck around, watched the entire game. I mean, he was dealing last week. Then you come back and gives up 4 solo shots to a just okay Astros team. I mean, this Astros team is
Astros are 19-28, and 2 of those wins against the Rangers.
Yeah.
Should be 17 and
they've been struggling in a big way, and they've got one of the worst pitching staffs in baseball, partly because they've just lost so many people. Right? I mean, they've gotten beat up on the pitching staff. Arrighetti looks like he was prime Nolan Ryan the other night. I don't know some Asian dude was pitching last night?
He might have the best name. I think it's like Kim Wang Tang or something like that. He might have the best name.
Everybody Wang Chung tonight.
Kai Wei
seriously,
Tang.
What are we
Kai
talking
Wei Tang.
about?
That's a name.
My goodness.
Well, here's what's so sad. The first game on Friday, nobody get on base. No hit. They were not. The Rangers got no hit.
No hit to what, 7th or 8th?
Then yesterday, they had all these guys. They had the bases loaded at one point.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't drive a run into
save their lives.
I mean, they lose 4-1. Those 4 runs were, like I said, solo shots off of
4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4.
DeGrom. But the sad part about it is you had so many people on the bases, but they still couldn't get any runs.
You want to guess? I feel like I'm Blake right now with all these questions and guesses. Anyone want to take a guess on what they were with runners in scoring position yesterday? Backing up your point.
0 for 13?
Not a bad guess.
I know we had 13 left on. I know that, but I don't know how many we got in position.
You were correct. 13 left on base last night for your Texas Rangers. Team running in scoring position, batting average last night. Osuna, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he gets called Alfonso after last night. 0 for 1. Foscue, 0 for 1. Duran, he came undone. 0 for 1 last night. Josh Young, 0 for 1. Berger, 0 for 2. Nimmo, 0 for 2. McCutchen, who I don't think he's had a hit since that Baltimore series, 0 for 1. Jock Peterson, 1 for 1.
How'd that happen?
As a whole, 1 for 10.
1 for 10.
1 for 10.
Jeez.
Okay. I'm going to get a baseball guy on this week because I'm dying to know, like, this is now 3 years in a row where this team can't hit. This is now 3 years in a row where this team just cannot hit. And we all thought after, getting rid of Bochy, because let's call it what it is. That's what they did. They got rid of Bochy. Because if you wanted him, you would have kept him. You got rid of Bochy. You bring in Skip Schumacher. We're thinking, now this team's got life. They've got energy. They're still just as moribund at the plate this year as they were for the last 2. And here we are. Now, what's saving you and what we can continue to talk about, and this is just one of those, this feels like, I remember being in Houston a decade plus ago where the Texans couldn't stop losing games, but because the rest of the division was so terrible, that even though you kept losing games, you were still mathematically alive. Okay? And that's kind of where we're at right now with this Texas Ranger team.
Yeah, the Athletics are in first place with 23 wins. Everybody else got a losing record.
That's it,
They're
right?
23 and 22.
So you're still only 2 games back.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of, and we're at this point right now where, you had taken 2 out of 3 from the Cubs, you had taken 2 out of 3 from the Diamondbacks, you've got a division rival in a reeling, and I do mean reeling Houston Astro team, right, that you should be theoretically better than. You've got a better pitching staff than them, all right, and yet here you are, you can't hit your way out of a wet paper sack. When your boy and you're thinking, okay, well, we've got our ace on the bump tonight. He should be okay. This should stop the bleeding. No, he gets rocked for 4 solo home runs. All right. Then on top of that, again, we talked about it the night before. Jack Leiter pitches his ass off. Boom, you lose again because your bats can't get out of their own way. And then we start thinking to ourselves, well, okay, you look at who you got coming up after that. What was just a brutal, 40 games to start the season. Like, hey, this is where the seas start to part a little bit, and you should be able to get your minds right a little bit. Okay, well, you've already lost a series to the Astros. Then you go to, let's see here. Then you've got, you're in Colorado, okay? I mean,
the balls are supposed to fly.
As much as I want to say, hey, that's a series you should win. Well, we just kept saying this about the Astros series. Mm-hmm. Okay, then you've got at the Angels. They're terrible right now. Okay, again, should theoretically, all right. I know the pitchers will show up. Will the bats? I don't know. And then then the Astros come back to town on Memorial Day for a 4-game set. Yeah. So for a team that can't get out of its own way when it comes to we gave you excuse after excuse for the first 40 games. You have no excuses right now.
I'm going to also say this. The Rangers had a very tough start to the season. I'm talking about the schedule. And they survived that first part of the season. Everybody's the gauntlet, all these road games and all that. They survived it. But you've got to have some kind of offense because the later this season goes, it can't just be pitching only. You've got to start building up because those dog days come in. That's when batting averages generally go down. And you can't go down from batting less than Mendoza line over and over again.
You were 19-21 at that 40-game mark. And I remember specifically driving to the station. I was listening to G-Bag. Chris Young was on, and I can't remember if it was Wolchuk or Gavin. One of them asked him about the first 40 games, kind of what, and maybe it was Broadus, who had asked him, when do you know what your team is? And CY said, we've got a very difficult first 40 games. We should have a pretty good feel or an idea of who we are at that point. Mm-hmm. Well, we kind of know. You're a good pitching team and ass on offense. That's what you are. And that's what you were the last 2 years. So 81-81, here we go. Coming up next, Fair or Foul, don't go anywhere.
Sean and RJ, the KNC Masterpiece, G-Bag Nation, and Fan After Dark. Live and local. Turn it on and leave it on. 105.3 The Fan and our Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
At Alliance Hyundai, you can shop the all-new 2026 Hyundai Palisade today. Every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty. 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty and owner's assurance. Get our lowest price guaranteed. Come and see us today in person or visit us online at AllianceHyundai.net.
It's a baseball weekend on 105.3 The Fan, presented by K-Post Roofing.
Texans enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to get Texas-sized savings. Kroger, Texas proud since 1955. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
You can get Texas-sized savings on locally produced Red Diamond tea. Select 1-gallon jugs or 2 for $6 with your card. Kroger, Texas proud since 1955.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I was just at Staples. They're having a huge 40th anniversary sale.
40 years. Note to self, send flowers.
Up to 50% off. Save on chairs, paper, balloons, and more.
Balloons?
Yeah, Party City is now at Staples.
Surprise!
But the anniversary sale is only 2 weeks, so...
Quick, celebrate 40 years of savings at Staples with up to 50% off. Shop chairs, paper, break room supplies, and more. 2 weeks only in 523.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or on the app.
Hey, Tolo's Eric Chiafalo here to tell you something you don't hear every day. You can keep your insurance check and still get a brand new roof.
I'm Alexis Vining with Greystone Roofing. We offer in-house financing that can cover 100% of your roof. Low rates, no hard credit check, and no income verification.
So you can use that insurance money to pay off debt, invest, or just keep it in the bank.
Call Greystone Roofing, licensed, local, and family owned.
Visit greystone-roofing.com.
Licensed, local, and family owned. The best roofs come from Greystone.
It's home selling season, and what's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. Not with Orchard. First, Orchard gives you cash up front to buy and move into your new home first. Then, your local Orchard agent helps you sell your home on market for top dollar. One customer said, I went under contract within 24 hours of my home listing. Amazing! Don't settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar with Orchard. Get your free home valuation at Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
At Jack, my $4.99 jumbo sausage breakfast platter has grilled sausage, cage-free scrambled eggs, a crispy hash brown, and French toast sticks. That's a whole lot of food for $4.99. Guys, it broke the table again. Welcome to Jack in the Box. Plus tax, limited time only. Price and participation may vary.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Some days, self-care starts with Nature-Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this. Repeat after me. I'm going to have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp, and the leading online therapy platform, BetterHelp, now accepts insurance in Texas, making therapy far more accessible for people who have previously thought it was too expensive to start. With quick coverage checks, easy online matching, and average copays around $23, this removes a major barrier and helps more people get support when they need it most. As I've discussed a lot on these airwaves, therapy has been a game changer in my adult life, and BetterHelp is the next evolution of this as the largest online therapy platform with more than 30,000 therapists and having served more than 6 million people globally with an average rating of 4.9 stars out of 5. Here's how it works. BetterHelp does the initial work for you via a short questionnaire that helps identify your needs, and with BetterHelp's 12 years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate, they typically get it right. Fill out the questionnaire and check your coverage today at BetterHelp.com/KRLD. That's BetterHelp.com/KRLD. Average copay is based on eligible members. Actual cost and coverage may vary by plan.
This segment on 105.3 The Fan is brought to you by the Frankels. If you've been injured in a car or truck wreck, call Frankel first. 214-817-333-3333. With Frankel & Frankel, there's never an out-of-pocket cost, and they only get paid when you win. Frankel & Frankel, the go-to car truck wreck attorney in Dallas.
Okay. Welcome back in. I tell you what, this is how out of touch I've been over the last 3 days. I thought that the Rangers and Astros have been at Globe Life.
Oh, hell no. They're in Houston. You were just in Houston.
Come on, Fred.
Fred, you got there just before they got there.
I did. Well, in fairness to Fred,
they followed you down there.
Well, they were playing the Diamondbacks. It was the last night of the Diamondbacks, and I was getting ready to say that in typical Fred fashion. He starts one thought and then piggybacks onto another one. So I'm in Houston that Wednesday night, and I'm following along the game on my phone.
Yeah.
Like a true Rangers fan does. So I'm sitting there watching, and then I get into my car, my truck. I was driving a rental car the last few days. Well, by the way, shout out to my boy Caesar, who told me, I've been a car guy my whole life. In typical Fred fashion, I just went ahead and jumped to another story. I've been a car guy my whole life. Love driving cars. But when I got into the roofing game, and then I totaled my car a few years ago, I was pretty sure I was concussed when I bought this vehicle. Okay? Anyway, your boy buys a Ford Ranger. Shout out to Jay Gonantero. So I get this Ford Ranger. Love my truck. Love my truck. Shout out to my boy Dan, the transmission man. But the one thing about driving a truck or an SUV, and you know this, Chris, is that it changes. You're sitting up at a different height.
Oh, yeah, you can see over things now.
And so when you go from driving a truck or an SUV and then you get back into a car,
yeah, you can't see past these cars.
I can still see and all that kind of stuff, but two things. One, exactly, it's still a little bit different. And then two, this is 45-year-old Fred talking here, because I mean, one thing I forget about when you're around your kids every day versus when you see them, they just roast you nonstop.
Oh yeah,
kids just, oh my God, they're little a-holes, man. They just don't be cool. They just don't stop. My daughter, I mean, every second I'm looking up, she's TikToking me. And then she sends it out to everybody and is making fun of me. I got up the other night. I was getting up out of the couch, and I was it was late at night. I was getting up. It took me a second. She sends a message, a little group chat to me and me and my son are in, and it's me getting up. And of course I didn't see it. And then the tagline, old man. It was just nonstop.
Did you grunt when you were getting up?
I might have. I don't remember. Okay, yeah. I don't remember.
Got to lean into the bit.
Man, anyway, kids, you guys know that Jordan meme?
There's several.
No,
Brian Jordan?
No, the Jordan F them kids.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I feel sometimes. Okay? That's how I feel sometimes.
That's classic.
All right? I love them.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting out of cars after driving a truck, what a pain in the butt. So, bringing it back to the Astros and Rangers.
You thought you never said it on the air, but you never said it on the air.
Well, here's the thing. So Wednesday night, we get out of the graduation. I get into the truck. I turn on Ranger baseball on the Odyssey app, which you can still listen to. It's not like football. You can actually listen to it on the app. So I'm listening to it, and Latz is just getting shelled. Latz is getting shelled in the ninth. I'm thinking, oh, great, here we go. Go to dinner. They've got the Astros game on, of course. We're in Houston. Makes sense. I'm sitting there talking to my daughter and her boyfriend. We get done. I check my phone. 6-5. Ranger comeback.
Wild.
Okay. Wild comeback. And it's and so you're thinking so you start to the Diamondbacks. Yes, sir. So you start thinking to yourself at that point, this is the kind of win. This is the kind of performance. This is the spark. This is the jump off. Here we go, boys. Let's go.
Here we go.
And then you just absolute duds the next two games. Duds. And I just, this team is so hard to figure out. I just can't get it. Okay, last thing for me real quick.
Yeah, they're in Houston.
Let's do it. So they're in Houston. Hello. Tell you this. They're in Houston. Which, by the way, Blake and I will be in Globe Life on the 25th. For the opener of the Astros. So again, they've got 6 more games on this road trip.
That's Memorial Day, right?
That is Memorial Day.
I'm with y'all on that show. So yeah,
you gonna be out of Globe Life?
I'm not. Me be out there? No, I'm gonna be here.
He's gonna hold it down.
I wish. That'd be great. That'd be fun. You know what's wild? I still haven't been out there.
on the mound for that game.
Is he?
Yep.
My boy.
Kamar Rocker.
Come on. Come on. All right. Have you guys heard this? So Pablo Torre, who, by the way, won a Pulitzer Prize.
I saw that.
Okay, won a Pulitzer Prize. So
investigative journalism.
It's time to get your boy's gonna have to crank the podcast back up and take it to the next level, because that's my one. I've always wanted a Pulitzer Prize, so it's never too late. So he had on John Skipper.
Yep.
He had on John Skipper, former head of ESPN.
Used to run the whole damn thing.
Okay. Now, he obviously had a very inauspicious end to his ESPN career, right? He was getting blackmailed, apparently, because he was a cokehead, and his coke dealer was pretty much saying, look, if you don't do this or this, then I'm going to expose you, and went ahead and exposed him anyway, so I guess it was kind of a lose-lose for him. But he's back, because we love a good comeback story in this country. He had an interesting take on the Pablo Torre podcast this week, and it's kind of made the rounds.
About the fans?
Well, about the NFL.
That's what the NFL and the fans and how they decide on things?
Okay, well, no. So maybe you. Okay, let
me just say this one part.
Yeah.
They were on there and they were talking about how whenever they schedule games or whatever they do, or negotiations with the networks, they never think about the fans ever. It never comes up.
Okay, so where I'm going with it, what he said, and that doesn't surprise me, because the NFL is kind of in the look. They're going to watch regardless. I mean, we can put a game on at Monday morning at 8 o'clock, and people are going to watch.
Pablo was saying, but if you keep doing this, you're going to lose the fans. It'll never come up.
No, it's because
they're not part of the equation.
Because here's the thing. To your point, and that's a great point, and it's a great two-way conversation as far as this goes. Because we kept, how many times? And I was listening to a guy last night on Westwood One, which, by the way, that is some. Anywho, remember when they said, "Oh, well, we put it on Wednesday."
Right.
We tuned in. Well, what if we put it on Friday? We're going to dilute the product. We tuned in. Well, Thursday, it's bad football. Well, we continue to tune in.
Saturdays in January.
Okay, we continue. It doesn't, and it's like, I will say the one thing that the guy made a good point last night is, we fall into this trap of, well, do we want the college basketball tournament to be 76 teams? Well, of course we don't. But are we going to watch them anyway? Of course we will. Mm-hmm. Do I think college football playoffs should have 24 teams? No. But if a game shows up, are we going to tune it on here in the studio? Absolutely, we are. Okay, are we going to bitch about it leading up to it? 100%. But are we going to tune in and watch? 1,000%. Okay? So, to your point about the NFL, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, if you do it on every day, you're going to dilute the product. Guess what? That, to us as the viewing public, that's just one more day for us to watch football. That's it.
That's the way they look at it.
Here's maybe the more, I don't want to call it troubling, but perhaps concerning. So Skipper, and this is why when he says this, there's some credence to it. Because if anybody knows the backroom dealings of how the money is concerned when it comes to these huge deals, he said NBC and CBS are not getting their ROI, according to him, when they sign a $2 billion deal to get to air the NFL. Okay, he said there's no way they're getting their money back on that. They're losing money on these deals. But they need the NFL to survive.
Exactly.
All right?
Exactly. They compete against the apps, but they've got to compete.
They've got to compete. So his whole shtick is when this next TV deal comes up.
And by the way, the deal they just signed 3 years ago, $117 billion.
And he wants to renegotiate it, right? Like I think there's a caveat to it, right, where Goodell's wants to come to the table sooner rather than later to negotiate the second round of it, because where he's going with, and where Skipper brought up, is we could see a situation in the very near future where there is no more free football.
Oh, I believe that.
Okay.
Totally.
Where instead of being able to watch football on CBS, NBC, and Fox, notice how over the last 3 or 4 years, what have we started to see more of?
Amazon
and Netflix. And remember the outcry when both of those came up? I mean, Amazon first. Oh, who's got Amazon?
How do I find it?
Who's got Netflix?
I just can't.
Now I got to pay to watch football.
I can't find it.
What happens when they decide to put it on Peacock?
Same thing.
What happens when they decide to put it on Paramount? Okay, now I don't know who Fox uses. I don't know who their streaming service is.
Yeah.
But is that going to be the so Skipper's whole point is this. If the NFL gets to a point where they say, all right, look, it's going to be $3-4 billion. The legacy networks are going to be like,
hey.
they may not be able to pay that.
Right.
But Amazon,
Prime.
We crapped out $4 billion last week on Prime.
There are apps right now.
Netflix.
YouTube.
$4 billion? What?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all about the credit card swipe.
That's it.
That's all it is.
So we and look, I know you're probably sitting in your car, truck, or vehicle, or at home on the Odyssey app, wherever you might be right now, shaking your head and saying to yourself, here we go. But that could unfortunately very well be the reality we live in the next 4 to 5 years, where you are going to have a streaming service, not just to watch a Thursday game or not just to watch a Christmas Day game, but to watch every NFL game.
Yeah, to put it like this, in simpler terms, the traditional television networks, local affiliates, are turning into albums.
Turning into newspaper.
And newspapers. and CDs.
That hurts, man.
DVDs.
For us, Unk Radio?
It's all about how do you consume your information, and the way to consume it in the 21st century more and more is through apps. And if you don't have an app, you can't get what you want.
Fair or foul paying for football on TV? You can say it.
Foul. It's foul. I will say this. Jerry Jones has always thought about the fans, which is why the Cowboys, even though they don't win anything, a Super Bowl in the last 30 years, they're the most valuable franchise in the world because Jerry's always, how can I put butts in the seats?
That's it.
He doesn't want it to be just where, you watch it on TV only. He's always looking at angles where the fan can relate to the team and invest in it and become loyal to the team. That's what these networks and the quote-unquote geeks who talk about, we got to get it to scale. They always use these phrases.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I think it's foul, and you hate to get into this is the world we live in, but unfortunately, this is the world we live in. All right, coming up next, let's hear from you. 877-881-1053, 877-881-1053. Let's get into a little Tolo's on the telephone, Fatty's on the phone, however you identify. Let's hear from you next. Your thoughts on football, your thoughts on the Rangers, your thoughts on this Cowboys schedule, or just whatever you want to get into on a Sunday morning. Your thoughts and more. Don't go anywhere. This is 105.3 The Fan.
The outside sweeping to the lead.
Lone Star Park at Grand Prairie, your exclusive home for betting in North Texas.
They move off the turn and into the stretch.
Tickets are on sale now for the Thoroughbred racing season. Join us on Memorial Day Monday when someone will drive off in a brand new Ford Escape. We'll have great racing, live music, and family fun activities.
The horses are ready. Are you?
Hey, Tillo, Sean, and RJ here with Just Love Coffee. It is a real coffee person's coffee, and right now, a custom coffee bag for the fan listeners, the Sean and RJ Ethiopian Yirgacheffe blend. You're going to love it.
It's legit. Really smooth, vanilla, citrus, tea-like notes, really awesome coffee, and the proceeds go to the Sandlot Children's Charity. Stop on by in Grand Prairie or Arlington and pick up the Sean and RJ coffee from Just Love Coffee.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
Carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KRS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KRS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Like our original gold-rimmed Bluebell homemade vanilla, the country's gold standard of ice cream flavors since 1969. Its hand-cranked taste takes you back to simpler times. That's why we put the word home right on the carton.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at all El Rancho stores and all Miguelito stores.
During Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale, you could replace all your home's windows and get half of them free. Plus, you can get them with no money down, no payments or interest for 2 years. Sale ends soon. Visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Summer means longer days and more deals at Lowe's. This Memorial Day, shop Miracle-Gro 0.75 cubic foot garden soil, 5 bags for $10. Plus, get select 1.5-gallon red, white, and blue annuals hanging baskets, 2 for $15 to show off your favorite plants. Stop traffic with stunning landscaping and save while you do it. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
The Colonel's cooked up a new $10 bucket of the day just for you. Monday, 24 nuggets for $10. Tuesday, 8-piece fried chicken for $10. Wednesday, 10 wings for $10. Thursday, 8 tenders for $10. Friday, 24 nuggets for... Ooh, you guessed it, didn't you? $10. The $10 bucket of the day deal. Every weekday. Only at KFC. It's finger licking good.
Prices and participation vary while supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra.
I keep seeing celebrities post me in the 90s versus now. Well, the person staring at me in the mirror is definitely not the same person that could pull off bootcut jeans. Time creeps up on us so slowly. You don't see it until suddenly you do. Same thing goes for your bills. $1 here, an uptick there. It's a slow burn until one day you realize the price you're paying now is way higher than when you signed up. But at T-Mobile, customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. And with T-Mobile on their experience plans, you get a 5-year price guarantee, so you know exactly what your plan price will be for the next 5 years. So at least that's one thing that won't change over time. I can't guarantee you'll still look good with frosted tips, but T-Mobile can give you a clear guarantee on your wireless plan.
Lower bills based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Rangers President of Baseball Operations Chris Young teams up with G-Bag Nation Mondays at 4:20. Nobody covers this team like your home of the Rangers. 105.3 The Fan.
This segment on 105.3 The Fan is brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. If you're in the market to upgrade your vehicle, get to Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine. #1 Chevy dealership in the world, 3 years straight. They got more new Chevys than anyone, all priced to sell. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Based on new Chevy registrations 2023 through 2025.
All right. Welcome back in. It is 105.3 The Fan on a Sunday morning. It's a little overcast, but that's okay. It's a nice, comfortable 81 degrees right now. CA. Now, it is supposed to rain all week. I'm a little irritated because it says the rain chances for tomorrow have now dissipated.
As I was telling you, it's not going to rain today, maybe in East Texas, and tomorrow. It's just going to get kind of humid. And today's going to get to 88, 89 degrees, just like yesterday. Today's weather is kind of like yesterday. It's going to kind of burn off, and then you'll see a little sun this afternoon. So it's messing you up. Why is this messing you up? Because you wanted
I had a roofing job scheduled for tomorrow. But I had to go ahead and postpone it because when I left on Friday, we had a 50% chance of rain.
Right.
And so it's one of them things where, when you have a job on a Monday, you really can't.
Yeah.
I don't want all the material sitting there. Plus, I knew Tuesday it's supposed to rain the rest of the week. So it's one of them things where, you don't want material just sitting there at somebody's house. And so anyway, we put the kibosh on it. But anyway, hey, look, we pushed it back to the following week. And she's a Tolo. So shout out to our girl, I'll just say SB. I want to put her out there like that and protect her anonymity.
Did you get that old lady taken care of?
Which old lady?
Remember that old lady that you were talking about that you had to kind of sell her on it?
She ghosted me.
No.
She ghosted me. I'm gonna swing through this week. We'll see.
Carry on.
The roof game is brutal, dude. I'm telling you.
I can imagine.
It is not for the faint of heart. That is for sure. Real quick. From the here goes Jagon and Terrell looking for violence today.
He's Astros fan.
Got my broom ready for today. Got you down. Go Stros.
I do not see a sweep.
From the 903, is it training camp yet? Rangers suck. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I've got it is here 469. Fred, join us at Results Roofing. Getting pitches here on the show, and I didn't even bring up roofing earlier either. That's the thing. I just brought it up just now. This was 20 minutes ago. For the 817, Fred might be concussed. That explains a lot. Did I say that?
Well, that's when you were talking about the Rangers playing here as opposed down in Houston.
Oh, yes. No, it's been...
You've been traveling. You've been driving.
That I've been concussed, I have had one major concussion in my life. Ironically enough, it was game 5 or 6 of the Rangers Astros ALCS.
How you get concussed?
Well, I was driving and I got into a car accident and was not wearing my seatbelt.
Oh, I thought you got hit by a home run ball.
No. Well, here's the funny part, and I say funny. It's not funny.
Ironic.
But yes, that's the best word for it. And again, wear your seatbelts, people. But I was doing about 70 on the freeway. Car in front were rubbernecking because there was a dead body on the other side. Mm-hmm. Fred's all, we're all looking at it. Boom, I turn back around. Car in front of me has slowed down to about 20 feet in front of me. Yeah. So I got to make a decision. So your boy swerves out of the way. Well, there's an 18-wheeler coming by.
Oh!
Hits me, throws me into the median. And
were you ejected from the seat?
No.
The whole car just...
No, I mean, we did a little knocked out. I was knocked out for 18 minutes.
And you weren't wearing your seatbelt?
Was not wearing my seatbelt.
That ain't going to happen again.
Why do all your weird stories have you in a car, man?
Here's what's funny, and look, you guys know I'm a meathead.
Well, especially after that. Good Lord.
Well, here's look, I'm not just I go to the ER, the Ben Taub Trauma Center. They do a whole body scan, head. Because, when you get in a car accident at 70 miles an hour with no seatbelt, they're like, okay, your brain's...
With an 18-wheeler?
Right? Now, he hit me, okay? So let's, wasn't like it was head on. He just, boom, hits me and throws me into the median. And I'll never forget, we're sitting there, and we're all waiting for the doctor after everything's done. And there was this little Asian gal who her forehead was cracked open. Okay? Cracked, blood everywhere. And I remember asking her, I was like, damn, what happened to you? And she goes, I got hit. I was at a stop sign. I accelerate coming from a stop, and a car ran a stop sign and hit me. She's going maybe 5-10 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Gets hit, hits her forehead, boom, whatever. Blood everywhere.
T-boned.
Meanwhile, you look at me. My face was a little jacked up. I had a swollen face, but, I didn't have...
Nobody would notice that anyway, though.
No. Fred, swollen face? Well, that's just another Tuesday for Fred. I'll never forget the doctor coming up to me, saying to me that, I don't know, whatever you pray to, be thankful, because outside of a concussion, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
And he went on to say that he guesstimated that because I work out, that probably saved my life. So what you're telling me, Doc, is my gains saved me. What might have killed a mortal man, my gains saved me. Just putting that out there, okay? Just putting that out there. All right, we got one call.
Yeah, we do.
All right, hold on. Let's bring up the call screen.
Tolos
if
on
your
the
gains
telephone.
have saved you, 877-881-1053. Triple M in Garland. Long time no chat, my friend. What's up, Triple M?
Hey, man. I hope you're having a good weekend. So I was listening to Westwood One yesterday because, I listen to the radio all day.
You're
and
a Tolo.
y'all not on that night. Yes, sir. And, man, they're bashing the Cowboys, man. They're like they talk down on the Cowboys all the time.
They do.
And I'm thinking, and I'm thinking, I was like, we had the worst defense in Cowboy history. And I'm saying, if the offense plays like they did last year and our defense gets somewhat better, I think we could go like at least 10, 12 wins.
It's very possible, but the schedule is daunting.
Triple M?
And then, yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I was also thinking, the Rangers, man, they have some good, like the 2 series they played here, they played real good. And then they go over there and play a sorry team that's really doing bad. And then they do bad.
Yeah.
Like, they play pretty good against good teams, but they can't beat sorry teams. That's what I don't understand. And one more thing before I leave.
Yes, sir.
I think Dallas has one of the best or one of the best sports cities in the U.S.
Yes, sir. No doubt. Got all the
Have a
sports.
good, blessed weekend.
All
the
right,
teams.
Triple M. Triple M and Garland. Shout out to Garland out there, even though, Garland's caught a lot of strays from Blake Elliott.
Why?
He's
Why hating on Garland?
He's just a hater. He's a Garland hater.
Ignorance.
There's some greatness in Garland.
Did
Did you know Wingstop was founded in Garland?
I did not know that.
Did you know Tyrese Maxey is from South Garland? 76ers.
I didn't know he was from Garland either.
Yes.
No,
I go on and on.
There's some legends. There's some OGs from Garland. Look, I've got our boy
Mookie
Mookie Blaylock. Dave Swavey. Is a Garland guy. All right. Shout out to our boy Dave Swavey from Guns N' Hoses. There's a lot of good that comes out of Garland. So I won't tolerate the Garland slander. I know a lot of people do. Fred is not one of them. Okay. Garland has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, I like Garland.
All right, for what Garland's worth. So look, I'm a fan of Darius Garland. Okay. So take that for what it's worth. But shout out to Triple M. Your thoughts, real quick. We got another call. We'll take him in just a second. Your thoughts on Dallas being a great sports city?
I think it is, and the reason I say this is because you have the wide variety of sports to choose from. It's football dominant. Don't get me wrong, but there's something for everybody.
Right now, when it comes to when you think about the DFW and as far as it pertains to sports,
and the World Cup's coming.
You got the World Cup coming. You've got you got soccer. You've got basketball, you've got football, you've got baseball, you got hockey. All right, and to your point, you've got world-class facilities all dotted all over. And yes, while the travel can be a pain in the ass, all right, you still can get there, right? And whether it's Fort Worth, whether it's Dallas, whether it's Garland, whether it's Frisco, whatever, there's a little bit. There's something for everybody. Eric in Dallas, take us home.
So this isn't Eric, this is Josh. I think your guy got it confused. Shout out to my beautiful wife, Suhey. I want to give a shout out. Thank you. I want to give a shout out to Chris, man. I met him courtside at a Mavericks game about 10 years ago. And that dude, you are as authentic as it gets. You were telling me a story about I think you were interviewing a bodybuilder, Mr. Olympia or something like that.
Yeah,
and
Ronnie
the mic
Coleman.
went off. Yeah, man, you are a good, authentic dude, and it's just really refreshing to meet somebody like you who is the same 100 all the time. And I just want to give a shout out to you, man.
I appreciate that. Don't take it for granted. Thank you very much. And shout out to Ronnie Coleman, who was a firefighter and became Mr. Olympia.
He was a cop.
Yeah, he was a cop in Arlington. And it was his birthday a couple of days ago. He just texted me. Ronnie is a great guy, and he's from here. And
Lightweight.
He's I want to say he's like 50 now, but dude, still
I think
swole.
he's got to be closer to 60.
Probably.
He's probably 60. Ronnie Coleman, tell you what, his body's taking a beating. His body is taking a beating. I mean, I know he's had several surgeries. I want to say he had a reality show for a hot minute. And I know he's dealt with a few medical situations just from all the years of lifting. But his memes are legendary. I mean, social. Look, for as crummy as social media can be, and I think we all can agree that it can be pretty miserable at times. It can also be quite refreshing, and it has helped probably people help us remember just how great certain athletes or times or whatever were. And, Ronnie Coleman is one of the greatest bodybuilders
of all time. He's right up there behind Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I watched the thing on him talking about how much food he had to eat, and he said something about how he would get up he had to eat so much food that he would get up in the middle of the night to eat and then go back to sleep. I mean, just it's
like the swimmers.
Incredible.
It's like those Olympic swimmers. You got to eat.
Unbelievable. All right, coming up next, let's talk a little basketball. Let's talk a little NBA. It's been a week since we've been on.
By the way, Cooper Flagg made it official.
Yes, he did. What kind of official? Well, it's Facebook official and then some. Plus, the lottery results. I've got a bet payoff. I made a guarantee on these airwaves, and, well, let's just say Fred was wrong. Lots more to get to. Don't go anywhere. It is 105 through the Fan.
Tolo means turn it on and leave it on. Thank you for making 105.3 The Fan and the Odyssey app part of your day every day.
Kevin Hagelin here from my friends at Souza Clinic. I'm down 20 pounds already and love how they have helped me start to transform my body. They're an all-in-one program that combines natural weight loss, plus you get the same treatments that I do to target that deep, stubborn, dangerous belly fat. You also get the skin tightening. Clients can lose up to 20 pounds a month without the side effect of injections. Call today, 972-479-5187, or visit weightlossfortexas.com and start looking your best this summer with Souza Clinic.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I was just at Staples. They're having a huge 40th anniversary sale.
40 years. Note to self, send flowers.
Up to 50% off. Save on chairs, paper, balloons, and more.
Balloons?
Yeah, Party City is now at Staples.
Surprise!
But the anniversary sale is only 2 weeks, so...
Quick, celebrate 40 years of savings at Staples with up to 50% off. Shop chairs, paper, break room supplies, and more. 2 weeks only in 523.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or on the app.
Thousands of dealerships compete for customer satisfaction every year. For the 11th year in a row, D&M Leasing was named America's top leasing company of the year by Cars.com. Ranked #1 in the Southwest for service and customer experience, D&M makes getting a vehicle easy. No dealership visits, no pressure, just leasing experts who handle it all. Call 817 or 972-35-LEASE or visit dmautololeasing.com today. D&M Leasing, America's leasing company of the year.
We make leasing easy at D&M.
Eric Thomason here, owner of Blue Nail Roofing and Construction. Severe storms don't always leave visible damage, but waiting to act could increase your risk of costly repairs. After hail or high winds, insurance policies often include time limits that may begin on the date of the storm, not when you notice the damage. Waiting too long may affect your ability to file a claim. That's why Blue Nail Roofing and Construction encourages you to document conditions, take reasonable steps to protect your property, and carefully verify who you trust, especially after door-to-door solicitations. If your home was affected by recent storms, don't guess. Call Blue Nail Roofing and Construction today to schedule a professional evaluation. Protect your home, protect your property, take action with confidence. Blue Nail Roofing and Construction.
Call Blue Nail at 855-255-1975. 855-255-1975. BlueNailRoofing.com.
Window hail, remember Blue Nail. Blue Nail Roofing.
Lunch was great, but this traffic is awful.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp, and the leading online therapy platform, BetterHelp, now accepts insurance in Texas, making therapy far more accessible for people who have previously thought it was too expensive to start. With quick coverage checks, easy online matching, and average copays around $23, this removes a major barrier and helps more people get support when they need it most. As I've discussed a lot on these airwaves, therapy has been a game changer in my adult life, and BetterHelp is the next evolution of this as the largest online therapy platform with more than 30,000 therapists and having served more than 6 million people globally with an average rating of 4.9 stars out of 5. Here's how it works. BetterHelp does the initial work for you via a short questionnaire that helps identify your needs, and with BetterHelp's 12 years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate, they typically get it right. Fill out the questionnaire and check your coverage today at BetterHelp.com/KRLD. That's BetterHelp.com/KRLD. Average copay is based on eligible members. Actual cost and coverage may vary by plan.
This is the exclusive home of Dallas Cowboys football. KRLD-FM and HD1, Dallas-Fort Worth. Let's go, Cowboys.
An Odyssey sports station.
Driven by our D&M Leasing Studios. Thanks for turning it on, leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan.
Welcome in. Final hour. Well, kind of. sorry. I'm a little rusty. These last few days, it's been a wild week. It's been a wild week, but look, the show must go on. Glad to have you guys on board. It is 105 through the fan on.
Glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here. Fred Davis, Chris Arnold, Trap House Trevor in the mix on a Sunday. We're going to do a little Trevor's Good News at 11:20:25. We're going to do a little CA Story Confidential at 11:40, and then 12 o'clock.
Headlines.
We'll do some headlines, kind of reset everything. Let's talk a little NBA here, though. We've gotten into some Cowboys conversation. Just read a few quick text messages from the 817. Ricky Pierce, the All-Pro sixth man from Garland and the Rice Owls. Wife with Fifth Dimension. Is that a music group?
Yeah, it seemed like he's too young to have a wife that was in the Fifth Dimension, unless they got some new members. The Age of Aquarius.
Oh, is that who that was?
Yes.
Wait a minute, Ricky P.
Fifth Dimension's too old for him.
Was it like a Fifth Dimension cover band?
Gotta be. So, sometimes these members get too old and they bring in some new ones.
They phase in new people. Maybe that's it.
There's like 20 Temptations from the Temptations of the Motown.
That's
Come
true.
On now.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, from the 214, Fred, the one thing I've learned about being in lawn maintenance for 10 years is you never reschedule because you think it's going to rain. Well, I mean, I get that.
But you've got other equipment stuff.
But here's the thing.
Products that can get it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, being in lawn maintenance is a little bit different deal than a roofing job, okay?
And
like
shingles. And
If it doesn't rain, then you just fire up your lawnmower and go. All right? If it rains and I'm stuck, then I've got a crap load of material sitting at somebody's house. Yeah. So that's and I appreciate that, but it's a little bit different story.
Apples and oranges.
That's it.
Outdoors, the commonality, but no, apples and oranges.
For the 469, let's just accept that the Rangers are a 500 team and we need to trade and start over. Hey, it's my Drewski meme. Maybe. Said he was. Oh, that's right. From the 940. Said he was concussed when he bought the car. He was asking Fred concussed. Now that was years ago, though.
Okay.
That was years.
What year?
2023. That's what I'm saying. It was coming off the heels of that car accident.
Okay.
And so, boom, I totaled my car. I will say this real quick, and we'll dive into some NBA talk. I do miss driving a manual transmission.
Mm-hmm.
There is just something about.
Anybody under the age of 30, they can't handle that.
They had no idea what we're talking about right now. Real quick, one last thing, too, from the 817. Shout out to FC Dallas, which, by the way, we are are we an FC Dallas affiliate sometimes?
We had at one point I think we played 2 games.
I know we played a couple games.
Yeah. I know KNC they love bringing folks on. So
big FC Dallas people there. Yep. Shout out to FC Dallas on a huge win last night over San Jose.
Yes.
Y'all need to watch the Sam Sarver game-winning goal celebration if
it was an extra time goal.
Haven't seen it yet.
And then he smashed a beer that was thrown on the field.
Let's go.
He shotgun that sucker.
There you go. Let's just real quick, guys. Do you agree? From the 254, trade Seager.
Not quite yet.
No,
I'm not
yet.
I'm not through with him yet.
Because I think he's out with his back spasms that he was having, so that's why he's out.
I thought he was just resting.
No,
back spasms. That means he needs rest.
Exactly. Yesterday they said it was back spasms that it was. So
they got a lot of strange injuries. Josh Smith's injury. That may.
Yeah, he's got viral meningitis or something like that.
Josh Smith. Yeah.
Now, is it just me? But is it bacterial meningitis that can kill you?
I don't know.
There's a meningitis out, and not to say that viral can, but I want to say that bacterial meningitis can kill you. Send you to the ER real quick. Matter of fact, when I was in college, we had a bacterial meningitis scare. So just to be.
Bacterial meningitis, most dangerous and frequently deadly form of the disease, often kills within hours if not treated immediately with antibiotics. It causes severe swelling of the membranes around the brain and the spinal cord with a mortality rate of roughly 1 in 6 people.
Yeah.
Yes, bacterial meningitis.
That's what I was thinking. Okay. For the 940, CY is not a good GM. He won a World Series with a JD built team.
JD built it, but he was with JD's last year, and he took it to the next level. You cannot say that he doesn't have some fingerprints on it. Just because he didn't build it from scratch does not mean that CY is not a good. But also,
he's got his fingerprints on it, all right.
Here's part of the story that a lot of people are skipping over. I'm not going to knock Ranger ownership, but before they built Globe Life Field, they really weren't spending money. Then they were convinced you build that stadium with a roof, the fans will show up, you will have sellouts, and then it'll pay for itself.
Yeah.
Well, the fans did that, especially during the pandemic. They were filling it up, and I was always shouting out the Ranger fans for showing up during those tough times because that would allow the Rangers to spend some money. And they did. And then guess what he did? The Rangers ownership, they said, well, we got to slow it down. That payroll is a little bit too big. And so CY is trying to make those guys happy as well, as opposed to just saying, okay, we're the Dodgers, we'll just throw some money at it. No, those days were gone. They opened the wallets, starting with bringing in Seager and Simeon, and then everybody else, and then they just said, no, we're not spending no more money. And that's what CY is having to deal with. JD, he didn't have to deal with it at first, and then he got a chance to deal with it, and then, they brought in CY. Or gave it to CY.
And from the 903, I don't know if it was the 903 that said this. I'm sorry, because we got a handful of folks that I think people are starting to wake up a little bit and get out of church. Shout out to everybody that got a little soul food this morning. From the 469, you don't sell Corey Seager low. That would be foolish. I don't disagree with you there. Now the problem is that we're kind of pointing to our watch saying, okay, well, when is he going to start turning it around? So that is the $1 million question there, or I guess in his case, the $2 million question. From the 903. Seager is washed. He has no drive, no want to, can't stay healthy either. He's an expensive paperweight.
They're just going on his personality being bland. Remember, he doesn't show very much emotion. So to say he's washed, he has no drive, you have no idea because he is just like Tom Landry. When he does a bat flip, that's an emotional thing. And it happened during the World Series, like, look at Seager, because he's very consistent.
Yeah.
Because he's not animated enough does not mean he's washed. Now, again, we're going to let it play out, and it may be time to let him go. But I'm not going to say he's washed at this point.
I'm not ready to say he's washed.
And I don't want to judge him based on his personality.
No.
Because on the opposite end, Adolis Garcia was extremely animated, and he just self-destructed.
Well, there's a reason why they didn't bring him back, right?
Right, because he beat himself up.
Let's see. Hell of a right fielder. Let's see. Corey Seager stats. Let's just real quick, since we got y'all here. Right now, Corey Seager, he is in year. He's been. This is his 12th year in the major leagues. All right. This is now. So he's been with. This is his 5th year with the Texas Rangers. So remember, he was with the Dodgers for 7.
Yep.
He's only 32 years old.
That's right. He's not washed.
All right. So by baseball numbers and baseball standards, he's a pretty healthy guy for all intents and purposes. Or let's put it this way: he's not old by any means.
No, he's played well
from
defensively too. Like it's not like I don't think it's an injury thing.
And that's why. And see, that's where I tend to agree with you in that. If he was having issues out in the field, because one thing, and last summer, I got into this with, matter of fact, because Blake was in Greece, and so me and Khaki Kevin were doing a show, and I brought up then that I would seriously consider trading Corey Seager for what you could get for him. I said, look, for where this baseball team is at and for what you need, I think that right now you could get more for Corey Seager.
You wanted a haul.
I mean, that's what you're hoping for, right? When you would for a guy of his alleged ilk, okay? And because the other question
World
was
Series MVP.
He is a 2-time Series MVP because that was the question: is he a Hall of Famer? And I said no. Right, my pushback on it was like, when you think of Corey Seager, but you look at his stats. All right, I mean, and of course, right now we all agree he's having by far the worst season, short of I want to say. his rookie year, and then of course in 2018 he got hurt. He's only played over 130 games. I mean, he had a decent start to his career, and I say decent. He had a good start to his year in with the Dodgers. Look, he's played over 100 games every year he's been with the Rangers. Of course, last year they shut him down because the season was pretty much over. But he played, the 2022 he played 151 games. 2023 he played 119. Year after that, 123. Last year, 102. And really, he's been healthy all year this year. He has just been a disaster at the plate.
972, I'm going to side with 972. He says, Seager got us to the first World Series. He has earned the right to figure this out.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that one bit. He has earned the right to do that. When you look at, just real quick, going off his, let's see, just real quick, he batted .245 his first year here, .327, .278, .271, .179. And he's a career .285 hitter. All right. Numbers-wise, as far as RBI are concerned, 83, 96, 74, 50, and 20. So, unfortunately for our boy, and look, home run-wise, first 3 years he was here, 33, 33, 30. I mean, was mashing.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, 7.
It's May.
It's May.
So I'm saying pump the brakes. Keep an eye on it, but don't knee-jerk.
I will agree with 972.
We're in a day and age of instant gratification.
Oh, hey, look, it's
crazy.
But you know what? On one hand, it's sort of a testament to Corey Seager because we do expect you to be an elite shortstop.
Sure.
Right? Like, this is what you've done. Mm-hmm. Like, your past numbers indicate. I mean, there's a reason why he's a 1, 2, 3, 4, a 6-time, what is it, 6-time All-Star,
mm-hmm.
right? Like, this is what, or 5-time All-Star. Like, this is what we expect out of you, Corey Seager. Mm-hmm. Like, this is why this is why they pay you the big bucks. You're getting paid $30 million plus a year because when you're supposed to be the heart and soul, at least not necessarily emotionally, not necessarily clubhouse-wise, but you are supposed to be the feared batter in this lineup. You are supposed to, theoretically, metaphorically set the table for this team.
Well, here's the deal, and I'm with you on that. He's earned. He's done all those things, so the expectation level should be there. Yes, I'm not saying stop expecting it, but just like the 972 said, I'm not trying to trade him at the trade deadline. In other words, this conversation that everybody's having, if it gains some steam, you should not be frustrated if he's not traded at the trade deadline because everybody's trying to create a case to get him out of here ahead of something. I'm saying he's earned the right to say, okay, let me figure out why I'm overthinking at the plate.
He's had what, the last 2 days off?
Yeah.
So they basically have given him, and have they given us the lineup yet?
I can check real quick
for today's game.
Getting close, we should.
I'll tell you what, let's do this because we still got to get some NFL talk. We're gonna do kind of a split
NBA
segment. We still got some NBA talk to get into. We still got a little bit of Trevor's good news to get to. We'll find out exactly if the lineup's out yet. Plus some more text messages, a CA story confidential. Final hour of the show coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to get to. This is 105 The Fan.
The more time you give, the more our crush grows. Together we continue to build something special. Keep turning it on and leaving it on 105.3 The Fan and the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
At Alliance Hyundai, you can shop the all-new 2026 Hyundai Palisade today. Every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty, 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty and owner's assurance. Plus, you don't need an appointment for service. Come see us today in person or visit us online at alliancehyundai.net.
Cowboys fans, the NFL offseason is heating up. Before summer temperatures come on with a full blitz, schedule a first-time $59 AC tune-up and professional cleaning with on-time experts. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the truth. Dirt, dust, and debris are the #1 killers of air conditioners. Most companies do a quickie system check, but at the On-Time Experts, we remove all that harmful buildup. Go to theontimeexperts.com and schedule your $59 tune-up today. The On-Time Experts, a proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
It's home selling season, and what's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. Not with Orchard. First, Orchard gives you cash up front to buy and move into your new home first. Then, your local Orchard agent helps you sell your home on market for top dollar. One customer said, I went under contract within 24 hours of my home listing. Amazing! Don't settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar with Orchard. Get your free home valuation at Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Texans enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to get Texas-sized savings. Kroger, Texas proud since 1955. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
You can get Texas-sized savings on USDA Choice untrimmed beef brisket. They're sold whole in bag and are just $3.99 a pound with your card. Limit 1. Kroger, Texas proud since 1955.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Hey, Tolos, RJ Choppy here. It's back, baby. And so are you. Let's head on over to BlueChew.com. Promo code RJ. You know, let's be real for a second. When it comes to performance, good enough isn't good enough. And that's exactly why Blue Chew has raised the bar. Most blue pills only focus on blood flow. Blue Chew Gold goes further, combines 2 proven ingredients for circulation, for enhanced arousal, for connection from the inside and out. You know what I'm talking about. It's not just about function anymore. It's total performance, physical and mental. Head on over to BlueChew.com. Promo code RJ. That's going to get you 10% off your first order at BlueChew.com. Promo code RJ. Again, 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold. Listen, it's a game changer. It is. If you've never tried it before, then you don't know what you're missing, and neither does she. BlueChew.com. Promo code RJ. Get your confidence back and your little fella feeling big again.
At Alliance Hyundai, you can shop the all-new 2026 Hyundai Palisade today. Every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty. 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty and owner's assurance. Get our lowest price guaranteed. Come and see us today in person or visit us online at AllianceHyundai.net.
It's a baseball weekend on 105.3 The Fan, presented by K-Post Roofing.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Sean and RJ here with the greatness of Underdog Fantasy. The NBA playoffs are finally here. Underdog is the place to get in on all the action. You can make picks and win money right now in Texas. It's very, very easy. You pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. You get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. We love playing nightly on Underdog.
Download the app today. Use promo code TOLO to score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code TOLO at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit ncpgambling.org.
This segment on 105.3 The Fan is brought to you by the Frankel. If you've been injured in a car or truck wreck, call Frankel first. 214-817-333-3333. With Frankel & Frankel, there's never an out-of-pocket cost, and they only get paid when you win. Frankel & Frankel, the go-to car, truck wreck attorneys in Dallas.
I am here for the vitriolic Rangers talk. All right? I love it. I love it because we're in the doldrums right now. All right, we're going to get to some. We'll get to some Mavericks talk. Okay. Well, I mean, in the doldrums in the sense of no Mavs. Okay. I mean, and you and I'll talk more about it probably next week.
But we got the NBA almost has the Final Four set.
No, we do. But I mean, you know,
the draft lottery just happened.
Well, yeah, but
they got a new GM.
I get
I'm just
that.
disagreeing with you on the doldrums. To me, there's a lot of stuff to talk about in different sports.
There is, but I mean,
schedule
here's
just dropped for the NFL.
There is, but once you kind of do that, then it's all speculatory, right? Like we're getting excited about and like we talked about earlier today. You know,
we're
fighting
late June and early July.
Well, I guess I'll say this: we're in the doldrums of Dallas sports because, like I said, we're talking about a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Look, I love talking NBA draft. I'm a little bummed out that we're talking about the 9th pick. As opposed to...
You just mad you're going to have to do a tattoo.
Look, I love a good excuse to get a tattoo. Let me make that clear, okay? I am bummed out. I am bummed out that my boy Darren Peterson is not going to be a Dallas Maverick. All right?
Not likely.
I mean, look, they're talking about... So allegedly the latest and greatest is, and this would not surprise me whatsoever, that apparently Utah wants to move up to get A.J. Devonsta. Which makes sense for a couple of reasons.
There.
Well, he's already in Utah. It ain't
BYU.
Well, not to mention, it's not like you're getting brothers to come to Utah.
Right. And he's there, so he knows.
He wants to be there.
He wants to be there.
And see, he's been in and this is where people kind of get it. Well, people get it twisted. They don't realize that, we get it. He went to BYU, but he also went to a prep school in Utah the year before. So he's very comfortable with the whole. He's comfortable, and there's something to be said for that.
I'm doing my Luda.
There you go.
Comfortable.
So and again, I don't think it's that big of a leap to go from, I don't think you have to mortgage the draft to go from 2 to 1. I heard a guy last night suggest, do you offer up Ace Bailey? And obviously you're giving him the number 2 pick and maybe another pick down the line, because if you're the Wizards
who got the number 1 pick,
okay, and you move to 2, you still get
good.
Darren Peterson,
You're still really good.
Which the Athletic put an article out this week that said now that Darren Peterson's doing his thing at the combine. The scuttlebutt has started to come back around to, now we're starting to see where, now that we've kind of removed the KU talk and all the riffraff that surrounded his college basketball season, you're starting to see now we see why this guy was a number 1 pick talked about going into, because he's got a better offensive tool bag than Devonsta does.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not crazy to say.
The only deal was, is he injured or is he making business decisions? That's what people were worried about.
And I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not buying the whole creatine thing. Okay,
me neither.
It's just there's something funky about it. Either way, doesn't matter. Who cares? He's back to normal. He's 6'5". I think he's a much better defensive player than he gets credit for. Somebody was tweeting out about, what does he think he is now? He's come across with some goofy things as far as he said. He said he wants to be a point guard. And I think look, I don't know where the kid's trying to go or what he wants to do. But he said he wants to be a point guard. And then he said, well, who do you model your game after? He said Devin Booker. I'm like, well, he's not really a point guard. So two things can be true at one time. Who knows?
He's
19 years old. Look, can the kid get buckets? And the one thing too, though, that I don't think he gets near enough credit for, he's a lot better defensive player than people give him credit for. Like my man can play some defense. But either way, sitting at number 9 are your Dallas Mavericks.
Burries, Brown.
I want no part.
Might not slide.
Acuff could slide. Here's where you're at with this number 9 pick, and it's kind of a weird place to be in. The Brown Jr. kid from Louisville.
I like him. His back, though.
I don't trust anybody with back injuries.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't. Yeah, I'm dealing with one now.
Back injuries are. Look, he could. I mean, they say I'm sure he's going to get the whole gamut of things done at the combine, and he'll get a clean bill of health. There's something about back injuries because he's had 2 of them, and Again, I'm dating myself here, but you'll appreciate this. Scottie Pippen was never the same after his back started hurting.
Neither was Larry Bird.
Okay, and Larry Bird was never the same. Now, you could argue today's day and age, okay, who's the latest kid or who's the latest athlete you can think of that had a back injury? I mean, you just don't hear about him a lot.
Right.
You just don't hear about back injuries a lot. So when you do hear of one, I cause for concern for me. Darius Acuff, could he slide to 9? Maybe. He plays zero defense.
He's kind of small too. He's 6'2", maybe.
Now that they're giving you the and I look, I get it. Basketball's not played barefoot, so the whole barefoot versus shoe thing. I'm okay with the whole. If he's 6'2.5" in barefoot, but he's 6'4" in shoes, I'm good with that. Let's go with the 6'4" because he's not playing in moccasins.
Let me tell you what I feel good about the number 9 spot, as opposed to a week ago.
Okay.
Before the lottery went. I mean, I've said this before him. Before the Mavericks got Cooper Flagg last year, they had never, ever moved up
in the lottery.
They've either stayed the same or fell back every single time. But the reason I feel much better about this number 9 pick than I did
last Sunday.
Yeah. Masai hired Mike Schmitz.
Yes, he did.
Who is a draft genius. That's just the bottom line. And Masai has always found picks. By the way, the Mavericks have like 3 picks in this draft. They got number 30 pick and they got the number 40-something. They got
and the 29th,
picks.
too.
Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is you got 2 guys. I'm talking about Masai and Mike Schmitz, who are brilliant at finding talent around the world, let alone in the United States.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, they're going to find somebody at 9. By the way, Dirk was a number 9 pick, and Rolando Blackman was also a number 9 pick. It's not like number 9 is awful.
So right now, and of course, we'll do this leading up to the NBA draft. The first draft
is the 23rd of June, by the way.
Okay. The first mock draft I've pulled up has your Dallas Mavericks selecting Braden Burries, guard out of Arizona. He's only at the ripe old age of 20 years old.
He's a sharpshooter.
I would have no problem with Braden Burries. I watched him. I mean, look, I would rather take him over Mikel Brown.
Yeah, me too.
I really, really would.
Me too.
I think he's athletic.
And he's big enough to guard people.
Look, he had his bumps and bruises. I mean, look, the Big 12 is an elite conference. And I think the thing about Arizona, too, is they were just a deep team. But I saw him take over games several times. He's a hell of a shooter. He can be a little streaky at times, but he's 19 years old. So
Same age as
I
Cooper
will
Flagg.
live with that. 20 years old. Either way, 19, 20, whatever it is, he's a young kid still. You could do a lot worse. I would have zero issue with taking Braden Burries at number 9. I don't want any part of like Yaxel Lindenborg. I don't want him. I don't want Nate Ament. I mean, you need a guard. You need a guard that can score the rock. One thing, and I don't want to, if I see one more comparison, and I get it, it's what we're doing, and I got no problem with the comparisons. I just the level of comparisons what I have an issue with. If I see one more person because of their height compare Kingston Flemings to Derrick Rose.
Stop.
I'm going to throw my laptop at somebody.
University of Houston. Go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look,
Kingston's his own guy.
He's a good kid, and he's going to be. I think he's going to be a good NBA player. But stop comparing him to Derrick Rose. Like, we forget Derrick Rose was a absolute freak show coming out of college.
Yes, he was.
All right?
So the knees blew out, but he won the MVP.
Until he is good. When we talk about what ifs and what could have beens for certain NBA guys, really that's one thing we love about of professional sports is there's always those one or two people that, I say one or two, there's always those guys that you just wonder what could their career have been had injuries not ravaged them. Derrick Rose will forever be one of those guys.
Yeah, forever.
Before he hurt his knee.
Oh, man. He was him.
I mean, athletically, that dude, and that's the thing about Kingston Fleming. I'm not saying he's not, sure, he's an athletic guy, but he ain't dunking on people.
No.
Okay, Derrick Rose was a game changer. So, either way.
Draft's going to be fun.
Draft is going to be a lot of fun, and to your point, with Ujiri, with Schmitz, and you've just got it's amazing how much can change perception-wise in a year, right? I mean, a year ago, I mean, the Mavericks were the talk of the NBA for all the wrong reasons. Here we are now a year later. Ujiri's in charge. Schmitz, again, widely. And it's one of those deals where, much like the Christian Parker move, where it was lauded in circles. When other peers are coming out and saying, hey, this dude is that guy. And he's got an incredible story. Again, much like a Christian Parker, incredible story, work ethic, and two things that stand out, much like Christian Parker, great work ethic and lauded by peers.
Yes. Masai and Mike Schmitz are lauded universally by all the NBA experts. Everybody said, what? And what I really love about Masai is he's a great communicator as well. So there was a void with Mark Cuban not being, quote unquote, the spokesperson for the Mavericks the way Jerry Jones spokesperson for. People were used to that. They're used to having somebody communicate. Even if you don't want to believe it, there was at least somebody saying something. Because Nico was very, very quiet. Well, Masai, he's engaging.
Yeah.
And he's got the credibility too, because executive of the year with the Nuggets, and then he goes to the Toronto, makes the trade to get Kawhi Leonard. There was no guarantee that Kawhi was going to play or be happy, because Kawhi wanted to go to L.A.
Yeah.
And that was the missing piece to a championship roster that he built. Masai built that Toronto team.
He did build that roster.
Yeah, he got him. So the bottom line is he's got the championship ring. He's got the executive of the year. He's got the credibility around the world. It's like, dude. And then he hires Schmitz, who's a draft guru, a talent scout.
Well, that's the key. That's the key and what's important about that, I think, for when you talk about this Mavericks team, is this is a team that's going to be devoid of first round picks over the next 4 or 5 years.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're going to, and here's where I think people kind of miss the boat on. It's not just the draft. Okay,
right. It's team building.
You have to go out and get guys that. For a mid-level exception, all right? For guys that, who do you think, who could be your Gilbert Arenas? Who could be your guy that's good on another team but could be great for your team?
And here's what's wild. Masai and Smith, especially Masai, people want to play for them, and they want to play with Cooper Flagg and Kyrie Irving.
That's it.
I'm just saying. It's a Dallas becomes a destination to a degree again. You see what I'm saying?
It absolutely does. I think now that the negativity has since the Luka trade will forever be imprinted it's going to be forever imprinted, not just here in Dallas, but in just the sports world as a whole. It's going to go down as one of the most incredible trades of sports history. But now that we've moved on, and what's helped, and let's just be real about this, is that Cooper Flagg has lived up to the hype.
Yes, and shout out to him and his new girlfriend, who was at his Rookie of the Year. She was there. We got a chance to see her and all that. We weren't saying it because he wasn't saying. He and Ariana Roberson.
Yeah.
She's
still at Duke?
Yeah, she's still at Duke. I think she's a sophomore next season.
Okay.
And she's 6'4".
Yeah.
Ooh,
tall drink of water.
Oh, my, Amazon. Ooh.
Can you imagine them babies?
Built like an Amazon.
Babies are like 5'5" coming out the womb.
They were in Turks and Caicos, and they put their relationship on social media, so it's official.
Hard launch.
Yep, and they even did a TikTok, carry on TikTok, which is the new kind of.
Although the new dance is?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And they're a good-looking couple. A lot of people saying, man, he can learn that from Dirk.
He's going the Dirk route.
Going the Dirk route. Ain't mad at him.
Well, he didn't have to go through a very public catfishing first to get to that point.
Oh yeah, poor Dirk. That's another story. That. Yeah, he got.
Well, and here's the crazy part about that. I was in Beaumont because that's where she was from.
That's where she was from. Yeah, you're talking about Crystal.
From. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you
you
ever been to Big Money, Texas? What?
She's scammed.
Them women are wild out there.
That shows you how he was able. This happened in the playoffs.
Well, and you know what? This was what
I felt so bad for him.
This was what, mid 2000s, correct? So this was before the internet really blew up.
Yeah, it was like.
I mean, the internet was kind of starting.
Yeah. She
get away with that sort of thing back in those days.
She invented her whole life.
Whole life.
Her whole life.
Poor Dirk. Bounce back, though. Good bounce back for our boy Dirk.
Real good. Yeah, Jessica.
Big bounce back.
We're so glad.
Big bounce back for Dirk. Big bounce back for Dirk. Shout out to him and the little Dirkians out there. Last thing.
We got a playoff game.
We've got NBA playoffs tonight.
Cleveland and Detroit.
Well, and again, you got your boy Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
All right.
We got a couple of guys from Dallas, Fort Worth on that Detroit team, not just Cade, and they're young too.
Jenkins, right?
Jenkins, who went to Hillcrest, and you got Sasser, who went to Red
Duncanville,
Oak.
too, didn't he?
Yeah. I
Or
definitely know
DeSoto?
that.
Duncanville, DeSoto.
No, I know he definitely went to Hillcrest.
Yes.
But at the same time, and he's guard, but you got Sasser, who's got his whole family. Man, they were all basketball.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, you kind of pull for Detroit if you like that connection, but then you got Cleveland, and you got, okay, are they going to pull it off and go to the finals without LeBron, and LeBron maybe winds up there next year or not? You got Harden, who's trying to get to the finals for the first time since the Miami Heat, Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
You got what's the
Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah, Spider Mitchell.
Trying to get the, can he get there?
Yeah.
You've got a lot of competing storylines going on.
Allen's from UT, Jared Allen.
You've got the whole two when it comes to the Pistons, where it's basically, I mean, this has been a coming out party for Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
And somebody argue, well, he's been doing this the last couple of years. No. Cade Cunningham, who pretty much
one overall pick.
Well, not just that, but he had his MVP candidacy pretty much sabotaged by the punctured lung. Right, the lung happens. He misses 6 or 7 games.
And by the way,
whatever
they just gave it to
was.
SGA today.
SGA got the MVP award today, and he was probably going to get the MVP award anyway. I mean, to me, I thought Wemby should have won it, but either way, look, we're going to get to see them in the Western Conference Finals. But win, lose, or draw, and there is no draw, obviously, but if they lose today, and the Pistons aren't going to beat the Knicks. All right, I don't care.
Are on fire.
I don't care who wins. I don't care who wins today in the East between the Pistons and the Cavaliers. Yeah. You're not beating the Knicks.
No.
All right, unless James Harden pull. I think Cavaliers win today. I do. I think the Cavaliers find a way to win today.
It's possible.
Why am I putting my faith in James Harden? I don't know.
I don't.
Okay,
I don't trust playoff Harden.
You shouldn't. You're 1,000% correct. There is not one earthly reason why I should have any faith in James Harden today. All right, but you know what? I'm a fan of James Harden. Why? Again, who knows? But either way, I think the Cavaliers find a way to win today. I wouldn't be surprised if it's more Donovan Mitchell than anything else. That said, if and when the Pistons lose today, they have their work cut out for them because they have to find somebody to score the ball alongside Cade Cunningham.
Cade.
But I think the takeaway, though, is if nothing else, look, he's going to have to cut down those turnovers, but of course he does have the ball a lot, so there's part of the reason why he turns over the ball a lot. But Cade Cunningham has firmly arrived and announced himself as, when you look at the future of the NBA, you feel good because now you can throw Cade Cunningham into the conversation of one of the best players in the National Basketball Association. But again, I think the Cavaliers find a way to win today. CA Story Confidential coming up next. CA, where are you taking us?
Who is the GOAT? Next on 105.3 The Fan.
At Genesis of Plano, part of the Huffines Auto family, we're committed to doing things the right way. With clear, upfront pricing, no unwanted dealer addendums, and over 100 years serving North Texas. Our vehicles are engineered to inspire exploration, pushing the boundaries of what luxury can be. And our dealership delivers an experience defined by comfort, intention, and elevated detail. Visit Genesis of Plano today and discover a higher standard of luxury, totally on your terms.
The outside sweeping to the lead.
Lone Star Park at Grand Prairie, your exclusive home for betting in North Texas.
They move off the turn and into the stretch.
Tickets are on sale now for the Thoroughbred racing season. Join us on Memorial Day Monday when someone will drive off in a brand new Ford Escape. We'll have great racing, live music, and family fun activities.
The horses are ready. Are you?
Academy Sports and Outdoors doesn't sell meat. We do sell the things that make meat meat. Grills that make steak sizzle, smokers that melt brisket, and chairs that make you say, let's sit and eat meat. But that meat didn't come from us. The shade you're under, spice you're tasting, and American flag shirt you're wearing, that's us. Cherry wood and charcoal, yes. Corned beef, no. Corn whole, yes. Canopies, yep. Canapes, I don't know what that is. Meat, no. Everything but the meat, yes. Academy, fun can't lose.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp, and the leading online therapy platform, BetterHelp, now accepts insurance in Texas, making therapy far more accessible for people who have previously thought it was too expensive to start. With quick coverage checks, easy online matching, and average copays around $23, This removes a major barrier and helps more people get support when they need it most. As I've discussed a lot on these airwaves, therapy has been a game changer in my adult life, and BetterHelp is the next evolution of this as the largest online therapy platform with more than 30,000 therapists and having served more than 6 million people globally with an average rating of 4.9 stars out of 5. Here's how it works. BetterHelp does the initial work for you via a short questionnaire that helps identify your needs, and with BetterHelp's 12 years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate, they typically get it right. Fill out the questionnaire and check your coverage today at betterhelp.com/KRLD. That's better, HELP.com/KRLD. Average copay is based on eligible members. Actual cost and coverage may vary by plan.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new break you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-499-1424. 800-499-1424. 800-499-1424.
At Jack, my $4.99 jumbo sausage breakfast platter has grilled sausage, cage-free scrambled eggs, a crispy hash brown, and French toast sticks. That's a whole lot of food for $4.99. Guys, it broke the table again. Welcome to Jack in the Box. Plus tax, limited time only. Price and participation may vary.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm, under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Rangers manager Skip Schumacher with the KNC Masterpiece, Wednesdays at 12:20. Coverage you deserve on your home of the Rangers, 105.3 The Fan.
This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. If you're in the market to upgrade your vehicle, get to Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine. #1 Chevy dealership in the world, 3 years straight. They got more new Chevys than anyone, all priced to sell. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Based on new Chevy registrations 2023 through 2025.
I tell you what, my daughter is something else. She just chucked the key. My apartment key, because I had to give it to her to lock the door, because I only have one key. So I said, here, put it in the balcony so that nobody sees it, and she just chucked it into the balcony and then took a picture.
She said, well, I couldn't reach it, so I just threw it. Here you go.
She threw it off the balcony?
Well, I'm on the first floor.
Oh. It's in the grass out front.
CA Story Confidential.
Appreciate you, Fred. Appreciate you, Trevor. Appreciate all the tellers for allowing me to share some of these stories from back in the day. And I'm starting out shouting out the Texas Boxing Hall of Fame. I'm going to talk about a GOAT, Muhammad Ali. Some exchanges I've had with Muhammad Ali, a little history of Muhammad Ali. Who is the GOAT?
He absolutely is.
He's the one that came up with the phrase, the greatest of all time, and anywhere in sports, outside of that, when somebody calls someone a GOAT, it's because of Muhammad Ali created the phrase. And a lot of people may or may not know that, but he is the greatest of all time.
Yeah, he is.
So shout out to the Texas Boxing Hall of Fame, because last night at the Bomb Factory in Deep Ellum, they had a ceremony of inducting some new members of that Texas Boxing Hall of Fame. Shout out to the curator of it all, the great legendary Texas boxing promoter Lester Bedford, who put that whole thing together. And I went in 2022. There's a bunch of us that went in 2022. But at that time, they didn't give us any kind of hardware. It was a really cool ceremony. You step into the ring. It was a fight night in I think it was in Allen. Might have been. No, it was in Frisco.
Okay.
It's in Frisco, I believe. Comerica, I think it was in Allen. Allen. But anyway,
somebody Hall of Fame is hard to keep track of.
No, for places where events, sporting events are. Bottom line was, they didn't give us any kind of hardware, and it was fine, right?
Yeah.
But then they said, come to this thing. And by the way, I wound up emceeing it along with my buddy, Mark Elfenbein, who was the ring announcer, and also Lawrence Cole, the legendary referee. He was one of the referees there. I mean, the whole thing was just absolutely great at the Bomb Factory. There were 4 fights. The first 3, rock'em sock'em action, knockout. By the way, shout out to S3, who's Samuel Arnold, who is no relation to me, but he's a great fighter. He's undefeated, 16-0 now. And then the main event, Abel Mendoza, who is now 44-0.
Wow.
It went the distance. Got it from San Antonio and Pitbull. He would not drop. He would not.
Dolly.
Oh, my goodness. So you got the best of it all. Crowd was going great. So props to everybody who showed up to the fights. But more importantly, some of the legends who received their hardware had been in there before, but then they added some new people for this year. Let me do some quick shout-outs, including, and by the way, the reason I'm in not as a boxer, but they had a special contributor category.
Okay.
So I went in with Barry Horn, Mark Elfenbein, Calvin Watkins, who was covering boxing when he was he's now beat writer.
I was going to say, for the forward star.
He went in there.
I heard you got a mean jab, though.
Yeah, don't mess with him.
I'm talking about you.
Me? Yeah, hey, find out.
Like that hat.
FAFO. Troy Darcy, Lawrence Cole, Robert Byrd. Let me name some of these names, these legendary fighters in the state of Texas. And again, I've been fortunate enough to cover some of the biggest fights ever over all these years. Curtis Coates, Paulie Ayala, Stevie Cruz, Sergio Reyes, Donald Curry, Gene Hatcher. Gene Hatcher, by the way, a great fighter from way back in the day. He knocked out Larry Holmes twice in the 1970s. I can go on and on and on. Of course, like I said, Donald Curry, 2-time world champion in welterweight, junior middleweight. I can go on and on. All these guys that were there and their families and all their friends. It was just a lot of fun. And like I said, it was great. So I have to tell the Muhammad Ali story. Again, I've been able to cover all these fights all these years. Just name a fight, great fighter, name a great fight. I was probably at it, for the last, up 10 years. That's all I got to say. Just, De La Hoya, whatever he's fighting, I was at those fights. Floyd Mayweather, all those fights. Mike Tyson, all those fights. Even had Mike Tyson up here at the station, the whole 9 yards. But Mike Tyson, I was at the fight where he bit off the ear. But the first time I ever met Mike Tyson, I was covering this fight. It was the Olympic trials in Fort Worth. That's why he wasn't even pro yet.
Okay.
That's why I first met Mike Tyson. But the fighter...
Was that 84?
It might have been 84.
Okay.
I want to say it was 80, but it was probably 84.
Okay.
It was 84, I think. But yeah, he was back then. And I've covered so many fights.
Yeah.
I mean, all these big title fights. If you ever go... You've never been to a fight unless it's a title fight in either Vegas or Atlantic City, where it's just the atmosphere is just electric.
Yeah.
And even here in Dallas, Fort Worth, or even Texas, and there's some big fights when they're title fights. But I'm going to go back to Muhammad Ali, because when I was a little kid, my dad used to take me to the barbershop. Mm-hmm. And barbershop, you're watching Wild World of Sports on a Saturday.
Yeah, you were.
And just like the movie Coming to America, that boy good. Everybody's arguing about the fights in the barbershop. And that's what got me hooked on boxing. And I got a chance to meet Muhammad Ali when I was a kid. We were in Washington, D.C. for some reason, me and my family, and we happened to be staying at the same little hotel. It was a hotel, not a motel, but it wasn't a big...
It wasn't Holiday Inn.
It wasn't Holiday. No. If you get, yeah, you take our friend. Ali was staying there. And so I got to meet him, and I happened to I bought his book at the bookstore that was in the hotel lobby, and he signed it. But the thing I'll never forget is he had gigantic hands, and they were soft like balloons, like pillows. And I was amazed because I'm like, his hands, I thought they would be rough and,
right.
And beat up.
All
and
calloused and everything like that.
And broken fingers. No. He was like big, soft pillows. And I was like, but they were big, like he could knock you out. And he was as nice as he could be.
Yeah.
And that was when
how old were you?
I don't know, 10?
Okay.
Something like that.
So he's in his prime.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm watching him when I could watch him, whatever they had pay-per-view back in those days. And I thought he got killed in the ring when he fought George Foreman, because they would just do these radio broadcasts because it was over in Africa.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he was doing the rope-a-dope, and he knocked Foreman out.
Yeah, he did.
And I'm just like, that's the guy. I wind up coming down here and working at K104, and I'm working with Tom Joyner for 8 years, and Tom Joyner was working in Dallas and Chicago at one point. He actually left Dallas in the 70s because Muhammad Ali hired him away from K104.
Wow.
To be his hype man in Chicago for his fights.
Really?
And Tom realized that was a bad move, because he said, hey, he don't fight that often.
That's a great point.
But Ali loved Tom, because Tom said, I'm going to come up with an idea where I'll fight you in a ring. It'll be a promotional deal here in Dallas. And it just got everybody going. And Ali's like, you are a really smart guy. You're clever. I want to hire you to be. So Tom started working in radio in Chicago. Then he comes back to Dallas. I'm working with Tom. Then he started going back and forth.
Yeah.
Well, when Tom comes back, I get an interview with Muhammad Ali. He's doing a fight against Ernie Shavers, and he was calling him the Acorn. This is on a telephone interview. And I mentioned, I said, I'm working with Tom Drago. Oh, that's my mean. So we do this interview, and he's all animated and colorful, and it was great. Then he retires, and then I meet him again in person when he comes to Dallas for a fight night deal. There's the Petroleum Club used to have this thing called Fight Night, and they would always have either a former great fighter or somebody that was going to be there, not to fight, but just to be there.
Right.
So Ali was, and this is when I was also working at Channel 8. So Ali comes to town, and I got the in to do the interview with him. And Arnold Payne's the chief photographer, and Dale Hansen said, yeah, Chris, go over there and interview Muhammad Ali. I said, yeah. So they're having a reception thing for him at somebody's big mansion in Preston Hollow. And everybody's there. They raise him. It's a fundraiser thing because it's a nonprofit for the Petroleum Club, whatever. So I'm there with AP, photographer. And I know, okay, we're going to do this interview. But at this point, Ali's not really talking that much because he's got Parkinson. And he's doing a lot of magic tricks and stuff, but he doesn't really talk that much. And I'm like, okay, but I think I might be able to have a couple of, I'm going to do this thing the right way. And so we're there, and he's meeting with all these different people and stuff, and it's informal and all that. And then they said, Chris, we got it all set up for you to interview him out here in this backyard area. So we're out, me and AP are out there, and I'm like, this is going to be good. Ali comes up there, he goes, hey. And I told him, I said, I work with Tom Joyner. He goes, oh yeah, my mean. He said, can I ask you something? I said, what? He said, can we do the interview another time? He said, I didn't take my medicine today. And I said, oh man, no problem. That ain't no problem at all. I said, hey, but can we get a picture? Can I take a picture with you? He goes, yeah, let's do that. And then and I told him about how I met him when I was a little kid in Washington, D.C., and he's just grinning and all that. And all of a sudden, just before AP takes his picture, because I gave him a little disposable Instamatic camera, I was talking to him, we're posing for the picture, and I'll show you the picture in a minute. And he had this little sheepish look in his eye, and he says, "Can I ask you something?" I said, "What's that?" He said, "You getting any?" I said, "What?" I just started laughing.
Wow.
I said, he may not talk that much, but he's still sharp as a tack.
When he does.
He had that little look in his eye and winked at me. I was like, boy, you are crazy. But yeah, Ali was the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And he's the one that set the standard. He could take the good parts and the bad parts. He wanted people to hate him or like him. It didn't matter. And he was an icon because he was more than just a boxer. He did the civil rights stuff. He got banned from boxing because of his stances and stuff. He's just a legend.
In his prime.
In his prime. And I was so fortunate to meet him after all these years. There's the picture. Fred, me and Ali in that backyard in Preston Hollow.
I'll be damned.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And that's your CA Stories Confidential.
I'll tell you what, they never disappoint.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Your hands can't hear what your eyes can't see. Young man, rumble. I'm a bad man.
That is the three-time Hall of Famer Chris Arnold. Final two segments of the program coming up next as we've got a shortened final hour as we will hand it off to the Rangers broadcast team as they look to salvage the series today with the dreaded Houston Astros. Two more segments to go. Don't go anywhere. This is 105.3 The Fan.
Take us with you wherever you go. Now heard on the iHeartRadio app, YouTube, Twitch, the TuneIn app, our Odyssey app, and of course with the biggest mother of a radio signal in DFW. Thanks for making your favorite travel buddy 105.3 The Fan.
Cowboys fans, the NFL offseason is heating up. Before summer temperatures come on with a full blitz, schedule a first-time $59 AC tune-up and professional cleaning with on-time experts. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the truth. Dirt, dust, and debris are the number one killers of air conditioners. Most companies do a quickie system check, but at the On-Time Experts, we remove all that harmful buildup. Go to theontimeexperts.com and schedule your $59 tune-up today. The On-Time Experts, a proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
If you're spending $400 to $1,000 a month on weight loss injections without getting the body you want, then you need to go see the team at Souza Clinic. Their transformation program combines natural weight loss, advanced treatments that target deep, stubborn belly fat, and skin tightening so you don't just lose weight, you reshape your body. You can get all of those treatments at Souza Clinic for about $350 a month. Visit weightlossfortexas.com. That's weight loss, the number 4, Texas.com. Souza Weight Loss. Real results, no shortcuts.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I was just at Staples. They're having a huge 40th anniversary sale.
40 years. Note to self, send flowers.
Up to 50% off. Save on chairs, paper, balloons, and more.
Balloons?
Yeah, Party City is now at Staples.
Surprise!
But the anniversary sale is only 2 weeks, so...
Quick, celebrate 40 years of savings at Staples with up to 50% off. Shop chairs, paper, break room supplies, and more. 2 weeks only. It's 5/23.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or on the app.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon, you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell, and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Like our original gold-rimmed Bluebell homemade vanilla, the country's gold standard of ice cream flavors since 1969. Its hand-cranked taste takes you back to simpler times. That's why we put the word home right on the carton.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at your local Albertsons and select Dollar General stores.
This is the story of the one.
As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Tolos, RJ Choppy here, and it's time for a little real talk. I want you to remember this one little line that you may not be thinking, but your girl's thinking about it. Good enough isn't good enough. Raise the bar and raise something else. With Blue Chew Gold, a 4-in-1 upgrade, targets both your body and your brain. That's right, most blue pills only focus on blood flow, but Blue Chew Gold goes further, enhances arousal, desire, connection, total performance, physical and mental, dissolves right under your tongue, starts working in as little as 15 minutes. Turbocharge your love life with Blue Chew Gold. Get started today. An online medical provider prescribes it for you. BlueChew.com, promo code RJ. See why millions of men trust Blue Chew, and now with the gold standard upgrade that's changing the game for good. 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold, promo code RJ. BlueChew.com, promo code RJ. Get your confidence back and your little fella feeling big again.
This is the exclusive home of Dallas Cowboys football. KRLD-FM and HD1, Dallas-Fort Worth. Let's go, Cowboys.
An Odyssey sports station. Driven by our D&M Leasing Studios. Thanks for turning it on, leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan.
Final two segments of the show happening right now. We had Khaki Kevin in the mix. We got our boy Jet Nelson as they will get you ready for Rangers baseball from the 940, and we love all the 940. 940 might be one of the more underrated area codes here in the DFW. 940 texters usually come in pretty strong. 682 texters, I don't know what's in the water in the 682. What did we say it was? Weatherford? That's kind of, is it West Fort Worth?
It depends on where you are. When you get the phone, you could be in anywhere.
That's not, you're not wrong about that. You're not wrong
there's
about that.
There's a lot of them in mid-cities.
But 682 has some of the most, I would say, adversarial texters of anybody that texts into the Franklin & Frankel injury attorney text line. But 940 and 903, now it could be the same 2 or 3 people. I don't know. I don't pay attention to the last 4 numbers near enough. But from the 940 odds, we can get that big center from Michigan. Well, I don't want him at 9. And
talk about the NBA.
Talk about the NBA
Mavericks.
draft, as I was. We were talking about NBA draft earlier before CA Stories. But sitting there at number 9, I think Braden Burries is probably going to be the guy that ends up being a Dallas Maverick, short of them doing something crazy before the draft. But I don't think he's not going to fall to 29. There's no way he's falling to 29, and you're not taking him at 9. And even if he did fall at 29, unless he's sitting there at 29 for some reason, I still don't think you would take him simply because you've got enough bigs already.
Exactly.
And so you've got, now look,
Lively, Gafford.
And Derek Lively.
We hope he's healthy.
He's I think of all the question marks heading into the 2026-2027 season, Derek Lively to me is the biggest.
I agree.
Because
we need him to be healthy.
If he does, if he
was huge.
His ceiling is and forget. Look, you and I talked a lot about after his rookie year, where there was a lot of conversation about, well, he's going to start shooting threes, and look at what he's going to be able to do outside of the paint. And I'm like, no. And I pushed back then. This is before any of the injury concerns started popping up. But I said, look, I don't need him to start shooting threes yet. Okay, let's let him get good at playing around the paint, and let's get him good from 6 to 8 to 10 feet. I've got it. Now, granted, we had Luke at the time, so it was a little bit different conversation, but. Derek Lively, to me, could be, for what this kid could bring to the table, if healthy and given a full season to do what he's potentially capable of doing. I like Cisse. I'm bringing him back for another year. And if the money's right, I'm bringing back Bagley.
Yeah, if the money's right.
Man, I'm telling you right now, if the money's right, Marvin Bagley is a 10-8 guy. And he's a good locker room. He's a good, I thought he played for what he gave you. And hell, maybe you won too many games. But I thought he was a solid addition post AD.
So yeah, that's not an issue. Height's not going to be an issue. So
Yeah, I don't
look
need
for some guards. We need some 3-and-D guys and some guards, some
Seriously.
guys who can shoot some threes.
I need
for real.
3-point shooters to surround around our boy.
Exactly. Cool.
Period in the
Like,
story.
Real quick, you were talking about some of these Texans calling.
Yes.
I got to answer a question
Yes.
for the 972. He says, CA, out of curiosity, have you ever met Ken Norton? I just watched Norton Ali fight 2 days ago. It looked brutal. Yeah, Norton broke Ali's jaw, and yes, I've met Ken Norton lots of times, and I'm really good friends with his son, Ken Norton Jr., who played for the Cowboys, played for Seattle, played for the 49ers.
Cowboys coach for a little bit too, wasn't he?
Not a Cowboys coach. He's been a
with
assistant
Seattle.
coach. Seattle.
He's one of Pete Carroll's boys, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And he also
coached at USC with him, didn't he? Norton Jr. Didn't he coach at USC
Yes.
with him? Okay.
Oh yeah. In fact, Ken Norton Jr. is the only person who has won. I'm talking about player.
Yeah.
And start 3 consecutive Super Bowls. 2 with the Cowboys
And then one with the
and one
Niners?
with the 49ers.
That's
one of the little trivia things. So
Okay,
again,
okay.
yeah, Ken Norton, and his dad's he's a nice guy. Like I said, he broke Ali's jaw.
Yeah.
Of course, Ali came back from that broken jaw and beat Ken Norton. Oh, and one more quick boxing when 972 asked, what are my thoughts on Riddick Bowe? I've been to his fights too, back in Las Vegas and stuff. So yeah, he was a good fighter. He's very talented, but he's not like one of those legendary fighters.
No. In fact, the Riddick Bowe fight that comes to mind for me the most is when that
Parachute.
skydiver.
Yeah, Parachute Man. I was there for that, and it landed. They beat his ass.
Yeah.
I mean, because he
Could you
didn't
imagine it
land in
happening
the
today?
ring.
No.
He landed just outside of the ring.
he did.
Delayed the fight, and the entourage. I think it was Bo's entourage. It might have been Holyfield's entourage. They beat him down.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But we saw him floating. I mean, we saw him up there. We thought he was like an ad, and he's just gonna. We didn't. I mean, the crowd could see him about to land. We didn't think he was gonna land in the ring.
No.
But that was his bit.
Speaking of landing in the ring, what didn't land in the ring last night was the
Ronda Rousey
Carano-Rousey fight. And
on Netflix.
The hug.
The
post-fight hug lasted longer than the actual fight. The fact that you were going to bring Gina Carano out, who hadn't fought in 17 years, was a joke. And
Yeah, she had to lose 100 pounds.
Which
they just looked for a name.
That was all it was.
That's all it was. She hadn't fought in 17 years.
She hadn't fought in 17. And look, shout out to her. I mean, I get it. She was a pioneer of women's MMA, and you know, my hat's off to her. But I mean, what are we doing? 17 years later?
Yeah. And Rousey, she is no joke. And let me say this. Let me qualify this. We had her on the phone with G-Bag one night. She was a bee. Just jumped all over Jeff Kavanaugh. We were so mad at her. But here's the deal we found out. She has like black belts and all kinds of martial arts.
She knows
and Brazilian
all that
jiu-jitsu.
stuff.
She knows everything in the book. So Carano, she have a chance. 17 seconds, though, that wasn't even a fight.
No, it wasn't. Now
She grabbed the arm, and that was it.
Warren Sharp, and you know, I mean, take it for what it's worth, but Warren Sharp, big NFL guy, and so if you watch the broadcast, they did a kind of a, you know how they go into the locker rooms or whatever before. Carano's just dancing, jumping around. Like, you knew before the fight even started, like, this ain't going to last long. I mean, she's
glad to be there.
Every time you saw a picture of her, she's just smiling, dancing, jumping around.
Glad to be there.
Okay, just glad to be there. Let me get my check. I'm out. All right? Meanwhile, Ronda Rousey looked like she's fighting for her life. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you had one lady playing it up. You had Gina Carano, who's just happy to be there, and they show her striking like literally the exact same move. Now, again, I'm not a UFC person, so I'll defer to all you UFC people out there. But they said, look, they choreographed, or you can see them doing the playbook of what was going to happen, and that's exactly what took place. So, it's on Netflix. Jake Paul, I get it. It's his, MVP Productions or whatever it's called. And
then it's very possible then.
No. Look, the fix was
Jake
in
Paul
from the
got
jump.
something to
If
do
Jake
with
Paul's in it, you know it. I would love to hear from MMA people. Look, we already know his boxing matches are farcical at best. I don't know that this MMA one was any better. And look, we know he's a great showman, and he's a brilliant marketer.
That's all it is.
Okay, Jake Paul is a brilliant marketer because and I mean, look, when you're showing, I mean, Tommy Lee was literally doing coke when they flashed to him last night. Okay, let's put it this way: the look on his face and the for people, if you know, the nose move after they show. Oh, damn, I'm on camera. Whoa, hey, yeah, there you go. I mean, it was. I mean, you had Carmen. It was literally. I felt like I was a teenager again. You had Tommy Lee, Carmen Electra, and Mike Irvin. Michael Irvin. Those were the three people that were in the crowd
from the '80s.
It was a rough night. It was a rough night for Netflix. So Nate Diaz needs to retire. All right, he got his ass beat. He just was a punching bag last
Nate
night.
Diaz in the studio. G-Bag.
I mean, I'm all for that.
Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, but that was years ago. That's 10 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
10 years ago.
I was on years ago in Houston on 610, our sister station down there, and I remember interviewing Holly Holm for the first time. And remember, she's the one that beat the brakes off and gave Ronda Rousey her first loss. I'll never forget that. That was a hell of a fight. But I just, I think what made it, I guess, interesting, is that because it's on Netflix. If you've already got Netflix, you're going to go ahead and watch it.
Yeah, you might as well put it on.
Right? Like, that's where they've kind of tried to figure things out. Like, okay, we can make this out to be bigger than what it is, because if it's a pay-per-view, the numbers don't lie.
Right.
Whereas if it's on Netflix,
they already got your credit card.
They already got you.
They already got you. You might as well. You're paying for it anyway.
How many more times can I watch Worst Ex Ever and this crazy Will Wade Deadpool killer and his crazy face plastered all over my Netflix, and I'll watch Gina Carano get laid up in 17 seconds. All right, final segment of the show. Let's give our home run and win predictions coming up next. Don't go anywhere. It is 105 through the Fan.
Pool days call for cookouts and lots of laundry. This Memorial Day at Lowe's, save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill. Now just $199. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep dishes, clothes, and food fresh. Having fun in the sun is easy with us in your corner. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See associate or Lowe's.com for details.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
Carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Divorce, foreclosure, loss of a loved one, life hits hard, and IRS problems often follow. You didn't ask for this, but you do have options. I'm Dallas tax attorney Nick Namath. At the law offices of Namath and Flores, we focus specifically on helping people like you resolve IRS wage levies, bank levies, and even unfiled returns. We help taxpayers fight back legally and aggressively. IRS problems don't go away on their own, so call the law offices of Namath and Flores today at 972-484-0829 or visit IRSteam.com.
At Alliance Hyundai, you can shop the all-new 2026 Hyundai Palisade today. Every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty, 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty and owner's assurance. Plus, you don't need an appointment for service. Come see us today in person or visit us online at alliancehyundai.net.
It's a baseball weekend on 105.3 The Fan, presented by K-Post Roofing.
Chuck McDowell here with Red Pocket Mobile. How long have you been stuck with the same phone plan? 2 years? 5? 10? Are you tired of surprise fees and confusing bills? Switch to Red Pocket Mobile. With Red Pocket Mobile, premium 5G plans start at just $10 a month. Pick a plan, lock in your rate, and that's the number you'll see on your bill every month. No hidden fees and no long-term contracts. And here's the kicker. Red Pocket lets you choose from 3 major 5G networks, not just one. Pick the network that actually works where you live and where you work. Try one, and if you like it, keep it. If not, switch to another. Never be stuck with a single network again. Plus, keep your phone, keep your number. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
New customers can switch and save 50%. Choose from all 3 major 5G networks with one locked-in low price and no contracts at redpocket.com. Redpocket.com.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp, and the leading online therapy platform, BetterHelp, now accepts insurance in Texas, making therapy far more accessible for people who have previously thought it was too expensive to start. With quick coverage checks, easy online matching, and average copays around $23, this removes a major barrier and helps more people get support when they need it most. As I've discussed a lot on these airwaves, therapy has been a game changer in my adult life, and BetterHelp is the next evolution of this as the largest online therapy platform with more than 30,000 therapists and having served more than 6 million people globally with an average rating of 4.9 stars out of 5. Here's how it works. BetterHelp does the initial work for you via a short questionnaire that helps identify your needs, and with BetterHelp's 12 years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate, they typically get it right. Fill out the questionnaire and check your coverage today at BetterHelp.com/KRLD. That's BetterHelp.com/KRLD. Average copay is based on eligible members. Actual cost and coverage may vary by plan.
This segment of The Fan is brought to you by the Frankels. If you've been injured in a car or truck wreck, call Frankel first. 214-817-333-3333. With Frankel & Frankel, there's never an out-of-pocket cost, and they only get paid when you win. Frankel & Frankel, the go-to car, truck wreck attorneys in Dallas.
All right. Welcome back in. It is 105.3 The Fan right here. I'm so used to saying it's the Fan After Dark right here on 105.3 The Fan, but it's Fred, it's Chris, it's Trevor. We've got Jet Nelson hanging out, Khaki Kevin, who is trying to grow facial hair, but he can't. But we're not mad at him for it because he's got a great head of hair. I mean, I told him, I said I wouldn't wear a hat either if I had hair like that. So, and not to take away from Jet's head of hair. Okay, Jet's got a solid lettuce. Meanwhile, my hair leaves a lot to be desired.
I used to have a fro. I'm in the same category.
Trevor thought I was getting ready to throw a straight him. Trevor thought...
You're giving me the MIs, brother.
I was. Real quick, any news on old girl?
Oh, I told you we hung out, and she hadn't texted me since, so I guess...
On to the next.
Real quick, they got
the next.
They got the PGA Championship on the TV behind us.
Stuart Smalley has the lead.
What it is wide open. Like there's like 20 guys within 4 shots, and that's like unusual. I'm only bringing up the PGA Championship because PGA Championship's going to be in Frisco next year.
Yeah.
This same event, which is right outside Philadelphia today, is coming to Frisco next year for all the golfers out there. Get ready, buckle up. It's
coming to a golf course near you.
And by the way, that's where headquarters is. PGA headquarters, United States.
Oh, yeah?
It's right there in Frisco. Moved there a couple
years
ago.
I did not know that.
Notice how it all ties into local.
No, it absolutely does. Meanwhile, UT, we've got a little softball going on.
Hey, it's that time of the year.
NCAA tournament, absolutely.
Up in Oklahoma.
And Baylor, I tell you what, Rutter's on first and second.
Whoa.
And actually, I think old girl might have gone to third base. Yeah, so a throwing error on the pitcher. We've got, I think, first and third is where we're at here. So we will keep you posted on that, or will we? I don't know. Maybe we'll be off the air by then. Real quick, do you have the lineup in front of you?
Yes, sir.
What you got?
Here we go.
Right. Leading off, Evan Carter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nemo.
Interesting.
Brandon Nemo is in two spot.
Okay.
Josh Young hitting third.
Yep.
Cleanup is Jock Peterson.
Okay.
Then fifth is Duran. And then sixth is Alejandro Osuna.
You got it.
Seventh, Jake Berger. Eighth, Justin Foscue. Ninth, Kyle Higashioka. So no Seager again.
Okay.
Getting that rest. And on the mound, we got Evo.
And Evo's on the mound.
And they're trying to avoid a sweep at the hands of the Astros in Houston.
God, you got to get this win today, right?
Got to.
You can't get swept by the Astros.
No. Not this Astros team.
You can't.
This is not the Astros team from the days.
This is not your Jeff Luhnow trash can banging
No.
Astros.
No.
You got to win today. You do have Evo on the bump, so you feel good about that. They call him Big Game Nate for a reason. So I'd like to think. Here's the question. Let's go ahead and write this down. I got my pencil. I got my number 2 pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. We got TB, CA, FD.
By the way,
I got Jet Nelson in there, so we'll get his thoughts.
Last Sunday, me and you, Nate, we called it.
We sure did.
We called it.
Tag team back again. Checking around.
I said the Rangers were going to win 3-0, and then you said DeGrom's going to go
7 with Jacob Latz.
Ding, 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 ding.
With a 2-inning save. So shout out to me and Chris Arnold. Maybe that's what it comes down to. All right,
they need our help. That's all.
They need that Unk Radio vibe. Mm-hmm. All right, so I will go today. Your Texas Rangers find a way to get it done. I say 3-1 Texas. I say Evo goes 7 innings again. And then I'm going to go with Win for an inning. And then I'll go with, actually, you know what? I'll go with Win, and then I'll go with Tyler Alexander. Those will be my 2 choices for today. Texas Rangers win today 3-1.
I'm going to go with the Rangers winning 4-0.
Okay, I like it.
4-0. Josh Young goes yard.
Okay, I like that.
And Evaldi's going to go deep. He will go about 6 innings.
Give me a Peterson home run today. Mm-hmm. Give me a jock jam.
Jock jam.
Jock jam. You're welcome. All right, Trevor.
I feel like Higgy's due for a home run, so we'll say Higgy.
Good one.
Give the catcher some.
Then I'm going to say 5-4. I think
Rangers.
Yeah, I want to say Rangers, but again, I don't know because Lambert hasn't given up any home runs, or only given up 1 home run, which I think is rough. Because if you're not going to get some home runs, I don't know. This is a very good defensive Astro team. If anything else, like they stink at darn near everything else except for Yordan Alvarez. I don't know. I'm real out on these Rangers until guys get healthy.
Much like his dating life, very ambivalent. Jet Nelson.
Let's go with 4-2 Rangers win.
There you go. All right, stats, line.
Let's give Nasty Nate 7 1/3.
Okay.
And then Gavin Collier, the young gun, cleans it up.
Oh, I like it. Who hits? Give me a.
Let's go Duran.
Duran. What a call.
Zeke.
What a call. Great stuff. All right, final 35 to 45 seconds of the show. What's on tap for Chris Arnold the rest of the day today?
This evening, I'm going to watch Game 7, Detroit versus Cleveland. I think it's going to be Detroit. Then you have your Final Four set in the NBA.
Yes.
In the West, you got the Spurs versus the Thunder. And in the East, you've got the Knicks versus, I'm thinking, the Pistons. We'll find out, and SGA was the MVP. Should have been Wemby.
SGA is... Look, you should get some decent finals, though, out of it. I mean, I think the Western Conference Finals, I hate to be that guy that, this is a real finals, but it's kind of feeling that way, but we shall see. All right, let's get a Rangers dub today. We need one in the worst way. Shout out, as always, to the one, the only Trevor Beck. Great stuff from him, as always, keeping us sound crispy today. For the 3-time Hall of Famer, Chris Arnold, I'm Fred Davis. Good day, God bless. Go Rangers.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with